type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. Stick in for D-Mac. Oh, okay. He was a late minute scratch.
I'm sorry.
And now I guess he's going on IR for the week.
Yeah,
so
D-Mac needs his rest.
He's on the disabled list retroactive to last Friday. So
D-Mac do what he wants.
Yeah. So
it's a code word for D-Mac do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
I
So
mean,
I guess Stick is here today.
I did not beat the shit out of Claude Lemieux, so I do not get to
Yeah.
You did not.
That's how life works,
When
folks.
you don't win 4 cuts, you can't call your own shots.
I've only beat up dumb kids at the bar, never anybody on a national level.
Nobody significant.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So anyway, though, we are here.
Already off track. Sorry.
We got a lot of stuff to get to. Our Woodward bracket tournament winner. We're
Yeah.
efforting to get them on. No,
Yep.
that was you, Stick. No, it wasn't.
Not
in
at all.
123rd place. Got the winner right.
Did you?
Yeah.
Strong.
Sound Kayak was close, but I think he took Houston.
He
Sound
did.
Kayak needed Houston to win it all.
Tough, man. Tough.
Yeah. Jesse Dillon was close too. He was like 35th in our bracket.
Oh, hell yeah.
But he had Houston winning, so if Houston won, he would have been up there.
Yeah, I had Houston as well. They did not get the job done. All right.
Choked.
No, they didn't choke. All right, let's
Choked
get into
hard.
it. Stick. We got KG in the building. We got Chase in the Chase Lounge, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. No, you know what that was? And yes, we'll get to Javi. All right, everybody just calm down for a
Damn right we
second,
gonna
all right?
get to
Yeah, 100% we are, because I'm sick of your shit. All right? And we're going to get there. No, they didn't choke. You know what happened to them? And guys, like, I didn't put it in our text thread last night, but I did put it on Twitter. When they called 5 fouls on Florida in the first 2 minutes of the second half and attack, after calling 4 fouls the entire first half, magically the game flow just changed, I guess.
I know, right?
Everybody just magically changed the way they were playing. I texted to my friends, I said as much on Twitter, that was the worst thing that could have happened to Houston. The worst thing. Because you know what's going to happen after that. And I tell you guys this all the time, and it plays out that way. And I don't know if it's because, and this isn't like, I'm not complaining saying Houston got robbed or anything like that. They had their chances, right? They did. They turned it over for the 4 straight times at the end, and they didn't do the job. But they were good enough to win that game last night. But here's the kicker. And I'm tired of seeing it, Stick. I don't know if it's because refs don't want to, waste a good haircut. Or, I like a good hard part as much as the next guy does, all right?
Lady Jane, shout out.
But still, though, man, like, it's just, why do they have to go fix it? Like, it's not Houston's fault that Florida had 5 fouls and got a tech for spiking the ball into the ground. Like, that's not Houston's fault. But they called 9 of the next 11 fouls on Houston.
That's crazy.
Weird, right? Weird.
Yeah.
Why are they getting involved all the time?
I think that's a question that will be asked till the end of sports and the end of humans officiating sports, right? Because you never know. Like, is it human nature? Is it that you felt bad? Is it they had money on the game? Like, there's so many variables, and it's been one of the biggest frustrations when anybody watches a sport. Like, how does it get that way? And why does it have to be even? Like, that's my question. Why do officials feel it has to be even?
But that's what they do.
If one team is fouling more than the other team, just call the foul. Like, I was going to say it's as simple as balls and strikes, but even that's being taken over by robots because humans can't get that right. So it's just tough. I don't know why it is this way, but officials do feel the need to level out the playing field sometimes.
Yeah, and I just, it bothers me. I see it all the time, everywhere I go. I send you guys texts when it's about to happen. Like, it's just, I don't know if I'm the chosen one. I'm the only one that can see it. But like for real though.
Both things can be true.
Do you guys know it's going to happen?
Don't blow up
right?
his head anymore.
No, but you guys know it's going to
like
happen though, right? Like the common sports fan, I don't think they know it.
I think some fans know it, but it does take a little bit more deeper digging in order to realize, like, oh, okay, makeup calls are a real thing, and it's unfortunate. But
Yep. But that's why it should just be the calls, right? There are no makeup calls. It should just be the calls. That was a foul. I'm calling a foul. All right. And the consistency. All right. I'm not calling that foul today, so I'm not calling it the entire game.
But my problem is we didn't call it for the first 24 minutes of the game.
And that's where the consistency.
16 minutes to go in the second half, we flip it, we call them all.
Right,
Yeah.
and when I used to play baseball, that used to be the thing with the umpire, right? Like, you'd learn, okay, this umpire will give the pitcher 2 inches, 3 inches outside, and we know that's a strike now. But we've accepted it because it's consistent. Now I can adjust my at-bat to what the umpire is doing, and that's the problem during a basketball game. How do you make that adjustment that quick? Oh, this wasn't a foul. Now it is a foul.
Yeah, I hate that stuff, and I see it all the time, and it bugs the piss out of me.
I hate that the national championship game was played yesterday, and we're talking about the officials.
Because that's what it's going to happen.
Let's be honest. Houston got there because of a questionable call from the officials, too.
Right.
So, I mean, like, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, I guess.
DNC-ENT, you want to know who did choke? The MF and Pistons. I put the kids to bed up 21, came back downstairs down 2. WTF happened. Zach LaVine happened.
Yeah, and Sabonis and DeRozan.
Sabonis is the best player in the NBA that nobody knows.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He could walk down the street, nobody would know who he was.
That's a
Are
fact.
the Pistons kicking their feet up right now, though, a little bit, you think?
I just think that if you factor in, if yesterday was the playoffs, you think Tobias plays? I do.
That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying, like,
and Jalen Duren doesn't get in as much foul
Cade,
trouble.
The last 2-3 games that he missed, like, I feel like the Pistons, it's going to be tough to regain that edge once they get into the playoffs. Like,
Yeah, but that's the case
so
with everybody,
hard.
though.
Yeah, but when you're a team that doesn't have the experience to turn the switch on and off, I think it's more important to keep that pedal down the whole way. And we'll get into that later on in the show. But, yeah, you can't blow that lead.
AC in the chat. Javi wouldn't ref a game like that. I agree.
It's true.
I agree. We are going to get into it, though, and very, very nice win for the Tigers yesterday.
Yeah.
They choked the Yankees out.
Talk about robot umps. That ump in that game, Jesus Christ.
Bro.
That shit
No, it was like
brutal.
a theme yesterday,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
shit was brutal yesterday.
That guy, I mean, that needs to be studied,
Yeah.
man. What was going on with that strike zone? And,
That shit was horrible.
dude. I was listening to it. I was listening to it on the radio, getting the kids and stuff like that. And Dan Dickerson was just like, and he's a pro, right?
Right.
Dan's
As nice
a pro.
as you can be.
Yeah, as nice as you can be, and that's kind of the job. And I'll let people behind the curtain on that too, like. The ref thing and the umpire thing, like, you're a part of the league. When you're a broadcaster, like, you're a part of the league and you kind of see things a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I always say this job is different than my other job. And my other job has different requirements than this job, and et cetera. Dan Dickerson was at, I don't know what to say.
That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, see, that's why I do high school color commentary.
Yeah. You treat that differently.
Right, but at least we get the ability to lean on the crutch. Hey, these are volunteers just out here helping people. You can't do that at the pro level. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely
This guy's
not.
making 6 figures. It still sucks. I'd have a really rough time. With high school, you could be, oh, well, this guy, he's a good dad in his off time, and, he works at General Motors, and he's here to help the kids. At least you can give him the benefit of the doubt. But when you're paid, and that's your profession, and you suck at it, then you should get called out on national radio.
No, but going back to it, though, Stick, I think the Pistons we're in. We're obviously they're good being in, but I think that there are a lot of teams that are going to be like this too. You'll see the Pacers go into this mode in a couple seconds
Yeah,
here
but they've been to the
as
playoffs.
well. I know, but
Like,
Stick,
that's
like
that's my
that's
big
the way
thing.
that it works, man. Because that the NBA, and Spenny, you know this very well. NBA basketball in the playoffs is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's every possession's about. It's the shit you say you want in the regular season,
Yeah.
but they're not physically capable of doing that for 82 games.
Right.
So, like it's going to go up a level, and everybody knows it. So you got to be ready to go up a level, man. That's just the way that it is, Stick. So I'm sorry, but it is. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me.
You apologize to DNC-ENT.
No.
He's he's the one. He's the one that bear the brunt of that. But go ahead and get into that chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. And Glitch plays. High school is 100% different. I did play-by-play for basketball and made sure to never criticize the refs whatsoever. And yeah, and that's like
Right.
that's a line, right? They, as you said, dude, these guys work jobs, man. They're not professional officials. If they weren't there, you don't get to play.
Your
Right.
kid doesn't get to be a star.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, that's
But that's the problem. Then these professionals think they're the show, and you're not. Nobody came to see you, Tim Donahue. Nobody
Yeah.
came to see you, especially Rasheed Wallace.
Mr. Leahy, Neil, why did you choose Houston over the Gators? Do you even know ball? Yeah, clearly that was an awful pick on my part. Clearly.
They had no chance. Why would you pick a number 1 seed?
I don't know, man. We got the super chats coming in. If you want to skip the line, go ahead and do that. Burn. It's been a while. What has changed since we were last in the playoffs? Do we even have play-in games? You know what? Later in the week, I wanted to talk about that. The playoffs happened so long ago, and I was thinking about it with hockey. Spenny, if the Red Wings do, like, pull off a miracle, and you guys are all dressed like you're going to a funeral today or something. Like a Red Wing, you're...
Or we're fans rooting for our team.
No, I know.
That's what
I'm
they
kidding
do.
with you. Somebody asked a question. They're like, who would the Red Wings play in the playoffs? My son asked me that, actually, in the car. And I was like,
Washington or Florida, right? Whoever's number 1.
I don't know.
Yeah, whoever the number one's. I had somebody ask me the other day. They're like, "So are the Pistons going to host any home playoff games?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a 7-game series."
Right.
Oh, all of them are 7 games. Like, yeah, oh yeah.
But that's
They
what's
forgot how
crazy.
it worked.
Yeah.
It used to be
It's been-
5.
it's
and
been
it
so
was
long.
3 at one point.
Yeah,
The last time that anybody's been in the playoffs,
Was the
all the
odds.
playoffs are completely different.
Yeah.
And we ran into this with the Tigers last
Yeah,
year.
we
Oh,
did.
there's a 2 out of 3 series now?
Yeah.
Yeah? When did that change?
it's crazy.
Dude, it's been so long, Spen.
Yeah, it's wild. It's
People are
wild.
like, what's a play-in?
So long we forgot the playoffs.
Right.
Like how to
What's
we
a
forgot how
play-in
to play
tournament?
off.
Operationally, we don't know how they work.
We don't know how to play off anymore.
That's crazy to
Teach
me,
me to
man.
play off?
Do you guys play off? We haven't play offed in 20 years.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It is. Drew, how do you guys claim to be sports fans and not know that? Frauds. Drew,
Not know what?
where does the number 1 seed wild card go if they win their playoff series? In hockey, where do they go? Don't look it up. Now, you're going to because that's the way you operate.
Right.
But for real, like, do they reseed? I don't know. It's been a decade since a team's been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's kind of stunning when you start thinking about it.
It's more than stunning because growing up, 25 years of straight playoffs, you never really saw an end to it. Like, it was just taken for granted. It's like when the Pistons were going to Eastern Conference championships every year. It was like, yeah, they'll be in the Eastern Conference Championship. Don't worry, we're at least going to win 2 rounds in the NBA playoffs. And we just started taking it for granted. And now you're so far removed, you forgot how the hell it works.
You don't even
Like,
know what
wait a
happened,
minute.
man.
We're going to get in the playoffs, and then we got to play who? Is it a 1-game play-in? Like, is it 3? Is it 5? Is it 7? And then you go back to, like, when they switched the finals. Remember, the finals used to be 2-3-2. Now they switched that back to 2-2-1-1. Yeah. So,
Right.
like, it's
Dante
tough
151.
keeping up when you're not a part of the equation.
In the chat, Dante 151, the team with the best record. I don't know, Dante. Do they reseed? No one knows.
But it's the top team in the Eastern Conference plays the second wild card, and then the other division winner plays the
The other wild card.
and then the 2 and 3 teams in the division play each other.
So the division teams are guaranteed to play the division
second
teams
and third
no matter
are
what.
guaranteed to play each other in division, and then it's the wild.
And then what happens?
And then it's the
To quote Jeezy. And then
Yeah.
what?
and then what it's been on the way the bracket's set
nine.
up. You'd have the wild.
So it's
card.
bracket. It's not seeded.
No, it's like a bracket. So
First, I'm going to stack the dough.
yeah.
And then what?
Then you gonna
I'm
stack
gonna
some
stack
more?
some more. Like that's like that's okay.
The
Cool.
yams.
So they don't reseed.
No.
Okay. Didn't know that. Hadn't had to know that for a decade.
Right. Didn't need to use that part of my brain.
Right. So that's the way that it works. See?
Probably not going to have to use it this year either. Sorry, Red
Detroit
Wings fans.
Dabber 313. JMO was at the Tigers game too. JMO was out there.
He was.
Gutting it out, man.
He was.
Shout out JMO.
He a real
Look
one.
at-
He a real one.
Look at that.
Did you see the 2 dudes dressed like tigers, though, and the tiger onesie just, like, freezing their ass off in the 9th inning?
Right.
Like, the one guy was, like, sipping a beer, and he was, like, shaking his hand. Like, baseball should not be played this early. It should not.
I mean, no, Michigan just needs to get better at weather. That's all.
Oh yeah,
That's what it is.
Yep.
It's April. Why
Bro,
are we getting
to-
snow?
to-
in
I don't know
April?
Today
what's
was-
easier, changing the weather or just scheduling games a little bit later.
I'm just saying.
Like, what are we doing?
Only in Michigan you get snow in the fucking middle of April. Like, come on now.
No, there's Cleveland, there's Milwaukee, there's Chicago.
These are
like,
all Midwest
anything
states.
that's pretty much on our.
Yeah.
Do you want a dome over Comerica like Ford Field?
No,
They need to at least put a roof over the thing, like a retractable
yeah.
roof.
no, I just need
Every stadium should have a retractable. Like, what are we talking about, man?
It just should be double headers 2 weeks later.
Double headers.
I agree. I think every stadium should have a retractable roof. You're professionals. You shouldn't be calling games because it's raining.
right.
Like,
What's so hard about
You
it?
have a $100 million payroll. You shouldn't be like, no, we're not going to play today. It's raining. Like, no, you should have a roof that can close and open.
In the day and age of split double headers,
Yeah.
where you make people buy 2 tickets for 1 day of baseball,
yeah.
then take a season of that and put a roof on the place.
Yeah.
Well, why would I take all that money and put it on the roof when I can just keep it in my pocket?
That's true.
Whatever. Anyway,
Baseball was made to be played under the stars, Neil.
Yeah, you can open up the roof when it's not raining. Like, you just only use
I
the
like
roof.
the weather games for the Tigers. We are exceptional in snow games.
I'm cool with the snow games.
yeah.
I'm cool with the snow games.
For
Snow
some reason,
baseball
we
is
go
so
crazy.
beautiful. Remember when Miggy hit that home run?
Yeah,
was that
man.
3 years
Javi,
ago on
when he
opening
had
day.
the opening day home run, it was in the snow.
Yeah.
That was one of the most beautiful home runs I've
it
ever
wasn't a
seen
home
hit.
run.
Oh, here you
See,
go.
dude, like this is what
Here
you're
you
doing.
go.
All right, we're getting into this next
you
time.
go.
We're getting
Go,
into it next
Javi!
segment. It wasn't a home run.
Listen, you just don't want to admit he's back, and I understand.
No.
It's okay.
It wasn't a home run.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
It was a
Okay.
walk-off double.
That
Might
is
as well
factually
be.
correct.
Might as well be. He won the game.
I mean, it's not a home run.
It's
You're
not
both
a home
right.
run,
It's
but
not a home run.
it's a
but
walk-off.
It was a walk-off double.
Which is technically a home run, but it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it's not.
Javi's back. It's not, but still.
It is not fine.
No.
Real quick in the super chat,
won
Burn.
the game.
There was no play-in game the
win the
last
game.
time the Pistons were in. Freddie Felt 313. Hide the rest of the yams at my auntie house. So there you
right.
go. That's right. All right.
And when we come back from break, we actually have some exclusive footage of Maz's first broadcast.
that is true.
We got the audio. Yeah.
Oh,
so
Yes.
KG's
from
not on the group thread.
1932.
KG
Oh,
doesn't
yes.
know what's going on.
Yes.
A young
yes.
Tom Mazaway calling New York Giants games, not the football team,
No.
the baseball
How'd y'all
team.
get footage from 1927?
Hey,
We got
It's
it.
not footage. It's audio with a
Right.
screen with a picture.
There
And
were
it's-
not
that makes
cameras
sense.
back then. We
It's
just had audio.
authenticated.
It's authenticated.
It's current at
It
the
is-
time.
Yep.
It's from
current
the
at the time.
archives.
It's very, very good job by
Fresh
Maz.
off the radio, remastered, for the
Digitally
masses.
remastered.
Yeah. Oh,
Got
yeah.
remastered.
KG, I can't wait for you to hear this.
Oh, yeah, that is
You gotta have the
true.
camera on KG.
Yes,
yeah.
bro.
Because
We
we all
do.
know.
No, yeah, you absolutely do. We have Tom Mazaway,
I gotta hear this.
young broadcaster Tom Mazaway.
See, man on third. See,
Buddy's Pizza, everybody. Buddy's Pizza, they've been around a long time. Not quite as long as Tom Mazaway, but since 1946, long enough to invent the original Detroit-style pizza. 22 locations in Michigan. There's always a Buddy's location near you. They've been in the game 79 years. A dedicated community partner. Love that as well. Partnerships with the Michigan Humane Society, Detroit Zoo, Salvation Army, and more. And guess what? You can save 10% off of your entire order. Use the promo code 10MEAL. Go to buddiespizza.com. Get that order in for lunch. 10 meal, get you 10% off. Why not? You're going to do it anyway. Buddy's Pizza, the original Detroit-style pizza. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
D-Mac here to talk to you about Oh, sorry, different script. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they're partnering with us, Woodward Sports. They were out at opening day, and man, did they bring a crew. Their promo girls were out there handing out koozies. It was a good time. Make sure you pick up your Mad Packs. They're launching May 2025, and they're going to be at all the local dispensaries. Mad Packs, love that logo. Thank you for being a partner of Woodward Sports. Cannot wait for your launch.
And while we have a break in the action, New York Giants fans, here's your Uncle Tom Mazaway for War Bonds. Uncle Sam needs you to do your part to help defeat Nazi Germany. That's right, help the Stars and Stripes as we go against the sinister Adolf Hitler and the Nazis. Buy War Bonds today.
That was Tom Mazaway at the Polo Grounds. Circa 1940.
That is classic. Did you record that in the Motown studios next to
Who knew?
Yeah.
Tom Mazaway, man.
Can we tell the backstory behind that?
What do you mean? Yeah, he was a young broadcaster coming up.
Yeah.
Really liked baseball. Got the New York Giants play-by-play job.
Yeah.
They moved on.
I love that
Mazaway was out
Maz
of a
looked
job.
just as old today as he does back then. Like he hasn't aged in 40. Maz was born 60 years old.
Damn.
But no, let's tell the backstory behind that, because I mean, I was dying yesterday in our group chat.
That
The
was
Woodward
really
Sports
funny.
grew as a group chat, and obviously sometimes it's used for hilarity, sometimes it's used for us to tell each other off, and other times it's used for other things. But yesterday, Maz was bitching about Benetti and Andy Dirks talking too much.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't like the banter, apparently. So I replied, yeah, Maz only likes people from 1930s that talk. And so I took a picture of Maz, I went on Grok, and I said, make this guy a 1930s announcer. So Grok spit it back to me. I threw it in the group chat with just a quote, like, Skinny McGillicuddy with a line drive to left field. As we pause, let me tell you about how you can support the U.S. And then immediately follow, Neil comes through with that voiceover and just sets the chat off.
That's classic, bro.
The Nazi.
Adolf.
The Yankees won the pennant.
And it's so funny because that's real. It's not real, but that's
real.
That's real.
Like in a different space-time continuum, that's happening.
DNC-ENT, that's literally Neil. It is not.
No, it's not. It's
That
Maz.
came
That
straight
was
from
Maz.
You
Washington,
didn't
D.C.
see his face?
Yeah. You,
RKO Studio.
That was Maz.
Michigander
Doing his
12-12.
part to help beat the Nazi menace.
The Sinister.
Well, when I said Maz only likes that, he goes, "No, I am an announcer expert." Isn't that what he said? I'm like, what
He
do you
does.
mean,
He
an
does
expert?
like his announcer. I don't understand the Benetti and Dirks hate. I think they're
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
crazy. They are great.
Michigander 12-12. That's AI. No, that is literally Maz.
No,
That
that's
was
Harvey,
Maz.
Harvey Wallbanger sounds a lot like Neil. LOL. It is not.
It's probably
Yeah.
the radio waves, just messing with
Well,
it.
it was digitally remastered.
Yeah, it had to be.
It doesn't have that crackling, that it
Yeah.
used to have back then.
People would literally gather around the radio to hear Maz on the call.
Yeah. No, it was the fireside chats during FDR. It would go FDR, then Maz.
Yep.
That's what it was.
It was the lead-in. FDR was the lead-in to Maz.
But yeah, Nicholas Duncan, that is Neil. It is not.
Erroneous.
Yeah,
Right.
I was not at the Polo Grounds in 1945.
Exactly.
Tom Mazaway was.
Weren't even born yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm a broadcaster expert and lover was his exact quote.
we got 5 minutes left in this topic, and then Dr. Pierce is calling in after. So
Is he?
Yeah, this is free. You want to get your shit off about Javi?
No, God.
No, you guys want to. Tell me how he hit a game-winning walk-off home run yesterday.
He
KG.
did, but he once again displayed excellent defense, and he got a knock, bro. So
did.
that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for. Shiesty Javi is different, bro. Once he put on the Shiesty, it's a whole different Javier Baez.
It's true.
Great base running too.
Yeah.
Was that an elite tag that was put on Javi?
No, that was a pretty easy tag.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
Oh,
Not the same.
yeah, I know. He knows about easy tags.
That tag was obviously way easier than the one Javi made. I
Was
don't
it?
know. Yes.
Okay.
Objectively.
Still hating,
It
I
was.
see.
Okay.
Still hating.
Tell me more
'Cause
about the double play
'cause
that
the throw
Tyler
was
Holton knocked
perfect.
down.
Listen, man.
You know that's harder to do, like when the pitcher hits the ball. to
When it
get
bounces at your chest?
When you have to look for
Do,
it.
do you have the play?
No.
You can see it literally hit him in the chest.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. You know,
And when Tyler Holton knocks it down, I agree.
it's baseball. And he still made a great play on it. I don't understand the hate just to hate.
He made a pro play. So I don't understand the
Thank you,
absolute
Stick.
love for it, but I also understand that like there shouldn't be absolute hate for
You
it.
could
but
say that's a good play.
I did.
No,
Yeah.
but Neil-
Neil can't.
I no,
Yeah,
well, it's
Neil
almost
will-
like he gets $25 million to
Neil
make
will
that play.
discredit
Use the
anything
term,
Javi
it was
does.
a pro play.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. It was just a regular shortstop play.
Neil will discredit anything Javi does.
I discredit it? I just said it was a Major League Baseball
It's funny,
play.
we ain't hear nothing about Cole Keith and the fucking blunder he had. We ain't hear
What
nothing
needs to
about
be
that.
what else can be? We knew that was going to happen, right?
Did we?
I don't know. That was one of the ugliest plays
That
I've ever
was
seen.
bad. That was-
like a little league play.
Not only did
can't
you fuck
expect
up the
that.
field and you airmailed it, like it was like
Good
nowhere.
throw. It's just a little off.
It was just a little off. Okay, that shit was horrible.
I mean, if the Dylan Dingler throw to Javi was a good throw, then the Colt Keith throw to Torque was a good throw.
I didn't say it was a good throw. I said it was at the runner, though.
It was a bad throw.
You had no choice. You had no choice but to tag him when you caught that.
Yeah.
No choice.
I mean, it definitely put him in the position to do it. I was watching your guys' debate yesterday, and listen, I can understand why you're not super impressed because a pro should make that play. But I can understand why they're impressed because he hasn't made those type plays, and that's what we were told about El Magico or whatever the hell they
El
call
Mago. Praise Javier.
Hey, praise Javier. No, but and look, we'll revisit it because I know Dr. Pierce is coming on. I don't want it. Mike G. Javi's defense is underrated, Neil. No, it's properly rated. Negative defender. That's what it is since he's been here. Like I like how a tag and a ball that hits him in the chest off a redirection, and all of a sudden, like he's good now, and everybody loves him now. Like he's not a negative player. Like he's not a negative war guy since he's been
He
here.
has not been a negative war guy this year. We're
We're 7 games in.
We're
Thank
going
you.
off of what we've seen this year, and that's what
Okay.
we can go off of. I'd rather Javier go out there and make plays like that than botch one into center field. I don't know.
As would I.
Do you want me to say, oh, damn it, Javi, you made the play, you son of a bitch? Like, no, he's playing ball. I'd rather him play ball than be bad.
Well, who wouldn't?
You, apparently.
No.
It's not good
Okay,
enough.
that's stupid,
You're
Spencer.
hating on him
Spenny,
for
that's
shit
stupid.
plays.
You won't give him
That is
any
stupid.
credit at all.
For making a major league play?
Okay.
He's a major league shortstop.
All right.
Making $25 million a
And
year.
Colt Keith is a major league second baseman making, what, $17 million a year, and he botched that play
He's not
to
making
hell.
$17 million.
They signed him for whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere around there. I think he's the second highest paid player on the team.
Yeah, but hey, we can
Position
just leave him
player.
out there forever, though,
He's
right?
closer to
That's-
AAA
That's
than
what we've
Javi.
learned here.
I'll say that.
No, just leave him out there, though. What difference does it make? He'll get better.
Cole Keith is closer to AAA than Javi is. And I know they can't send Javi down, but still. I'm just saying.
Okay, keep him then, man. He's out there. He's an all-star. Look, right there. 12-pack. Javi's all-star material. So there you go. You guys got what you want. You want to take the break, get to Doc Pierce?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, yeah, let's.
Lady James.
Lady Janes.
Stick.
Oh, sorry. I was looking up Colt Keith's. It says Colt Keith signed a 6-year, $28.645 million contract.
$4.5 million a year. Yep.
With a potential maximum payout of 82. So there you go.
Well, the good news, he ain't gonna get there if he keeps this up.
His salary this year was 2025, $3.5 million. So yeah, not 16 or.
Close enough.
You could have
Right.
7 Colt.
Just like Javi had a home run. They got
you could
rid of
you could have
Stone.
8 Colt Keiths for 1 Javi Baez.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we talking about, Lady Janes?
You are.
I'll take the one Javi.
Lady Janes, it's wicked awesome. And there's one near you with Metro Detroit locations all over the place, plus all over the country, too. So if you're ever on the road and you're like, man, I need a good haircut, you know where to go. Lady Janes, precision haircuts, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Mark White, if you want to get in your dream home, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. You can save up to $5,000 your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242.
All right, keep it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. We got Stick in the house for D-Mac KG, Spencer Raxter, of course, Chase in the Chase Lounge. Real quick, take care of some of these super chats. Nasty YT, the reason Keith didn't make that play is because he was flat-footed and didn't charge the ball, then rushed to make a not-needed play at first.
Tom Amansky would be upset.
That was a terrible play by Colt.
Yeah, that shit was.
Again.
Luckily, it didn't cost them anything, but yeah.
Again.
Pretty bad.
Yep. That's
but
why
it's okay.
They wanted him to play first.
It's okay, man. They got away with it, right?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Thankfully.
They got away with Hobby's base running. They got away with Colt Keith making that play. So, good. No, because I am going to talk about it. We got Dr. Pierce?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. Let's go to him right now. Dr. Pierce, our injury insider, joins us as he does every Tuesday here on Big D Energy. And, Doc, where you at now, Doc?
I'm in Costa Rica. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you okay, Doc. The wind chill was 14 degrees when I woke up this morning, just so you want to know. All right?
I'm making good choices these days. I'm making good choices.
Yes, you are. But, Doc, there's a couple of things I wanted to get into with you this morning. But, number one, I do want to pick up with that because yesterday they had to move the game time up. Today, they're moving the game time up at Comerica Park to 1 o'clock because of the wind chill is going to be bad again tonight. Baseball in the cold. I feel like, and again, this is different than our beer league softball day stick, I would imagine.
Right.
But I feel like games in the cold, as I remember them, a little extra added injury risk. How does a pro handle a game outside where the wind chill is going to be in the teens?
He's got to be really friendly with his training staff and he has to be conscious of it. I mean, he's got to. I've said it so many times. It's just you have to respect your body in the different areas. I mean, these guys are each one of them is a business. They need to understand themselves as a business. They need to go through all the rituals to do it. I mean, proper attire. Like what always freaked me out is when the football players would be snowing and they're wearing nothing under their little thin uniform. These guys are just men at a different level. So you got to know what your body, you got to understand your body, right? So if you'll see some of the players dressed with a full headgear to guys that are just wearing a t-shirt underneath. I think it's most baseball players are.
We lost Doc, huh?
Yep.
Damn, they got him.
Oh, man.
the man got him.
The government down there,
Yeah,
they
bro.
heard him talk about the cold weather, I guess, and they cut Doc loose. All right, so we got him back. All right, Dr. Pierce. Sorry we dropped you out. Sorry you dropped out on us there, but you were saying that the athletes got to know their body, especially in the cold.
Yeah, I mean, knowing they're cold, how to dress appropriately, how to do everything. I mean, they need to be. There's no crazy science to it, but as far as what I think you're referring to. How does the body react? How do the muscle spindles react? Everything's a little bit tired. You have to keep warm. You can't. If you have a long inning, you should be in that dugout stretching, doing things to warm up. There should be a bicycle somewhere close to the dugout so these guys, if they do have a long inning or they're maybe going into bat, they can keep their body moving and aerobically fit. It's more about loosening up. It's more about the stretch. We push stretching. Stretching can't be overemphasized, but you also got to keep yourself warm. Especially the outfielders where they're sitting pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden someone hits a line shot to them and they try to take off. That's what we worried about, their hamstrings, their calf muscles, their Achilles, because they got to react with fast twitch fibers in a second, and that's where they got to keep jumping up and down. They're doing the jumping jacks, whatever, to keep their body moving and those muscles warm is very important to prevent that injury. And if you're coming up to bat, if you got to take off with, and that's all fast twitch fibers when you're coming out of home plate and you're running to first. That's exactly what you need to be doing. So is that kind of what you wanted to hear? Is that the right direction?
No. That's I was curious about that, for real. So they do have to, do extra and all that kind of stuff. We're talking with Dr. Pierce here, our injury insider. And Doc, all right, look, the Tigers are off to a decent enough start. A lot of talk
they
about
beat New York yesterday. Come on.
They absolutely did. Hey, they own the Yankees. They own the Yankees. No, but Doc, a lot's been made of the offseason and stuff like that with the Tigers, where they are as an organization. I did want to check in with you on this because and this is impacting my ability, I think, to enjoy the season to some degree. Tarek Skubal, kind of the elephant in the room is, he's kind of hurtling towards free agency. He's got one more year after this year left of team control. It's unique in that he's going to be pushing 30 when he's free agent eligible. What I want to see, I think what a lot of the Tiger fans want to see is, well, Doc, which way are you going here as an organization? Because if you're serious about keeping him, I would imagine it would behoove you to begin those negotiations sooner rather than later. But in the back of my mind, Doc, I keep thinking about it, and I'm going back to, because I wanted your take on this. He had flexor tendon surgery in his left elbow back in 2022. Now, this is going to be a high-stakes negotiation. This will reset the pitching market, provided he continues on the path that he's on right now. For the crowd that has an injury concern, okay, break that down. Flexor tendon surgery in your pitching elbow. This was 2022. Now, obviously, he's come back. He's won a Cy Young. He's the best pitcher in baseball. But people keep bringing this stuff up when they talk about his contract. What say you about this?
I mean, I think the guy's self-proven. I mean, he is dedicated. He loves being a Tiger. Coming back to winning the Cy Young is, that's the pinnacle for him. So he's already proven the injury is not slowing him down. Will that slow his career down? No, it maybe advanced him. Like I've said so many times, sometimes these injuries make you be more respectful to your body and doing the little stuff on the off days, before the game, after the game. Just more respect to the body. I think this guy has a ritual. Is he in the Aiden Hutchinson ritual, or is Aiden Hutchinson going to learn from him that what he's done in 2 years after, not a major surgery, but it's a major surgery for a pitcher. So that's a big difference. I think he's proven to all the lovers and haters of the Tigers out there that this guy put the work in to get back at the highest level. You're look at Ohtani. I mean, he couldn't recover from his elbow injuries to go back to pitching. This guy worked his way back to the highest level. Is he going to lead the Tigers? Tigers have not been known to negotiate early to solve some of their issues. So, that's on the personality of the Tigers and seeing what he does. But if he has another banner year, I think there's no doubt that injury just goes aside and has no role in what we're talking about.
So there you go, Stick. The Doc rubber stamped his approval on it. Get the deal done, right, Stick?
Hey, give him the secret sauce and send him on his way.
Absolutely. Talking with Dr. Pierce here on Tuesdays, we always do on Big D Energy. In the chat, Donicio Benavides. The doctor is global, baby, from the USA to Israel, now to Costa Rica. Yeah, Doc Miami. If you got a luxury spot, Doc will certainly be there. Look, Doc, I don't want to keep you from the pool or the relaxation or whatever it is you're doing there.
It's actually kind of cool. We're looking for a wellness retreat. That's really why I'm out here. We're doing a retreat with because of my status at Woodward Sports now. I'm elevating to worldwide.
Mr.
But
Worldwide.
no, we're looking for a wellness retreat out here. Just, not the crazy medications and the brain stuff. We're talking about weekend warriors that want to get reset, brain health, gut health. There's yoga. There's a whole non-pharmacological way of relaxing yourself. Anxiety. We have some of the top people. I'm bringing my trainers in from Guns N' Roses and from Drake, and just kind of give the other person, the non-rock star athletes that can kind of spend a week with us, get a good idea of what really needs to be done and why it's done. I think there's so much misinformation being given out on Instagram and TikTok that some clarity would be wonderful. I think even I get confused listening to this. So, we're out here, we're in Costa Rica. I can do a few more things with my biologics here that we have more freedom doing. So we're investigating it. I think it's a beautiful country, beautiful area. And it's very, half of these areas we're going to pick just coming here for a week. You should be, if you can't relax here, then you really got more issues than I can deal with. So, so that's what we're dealing.
What can you do in Costa Rica that they don't let you do here in America? That's what I want to know.
For real? Is that there's that home there.
Okay, we'll have that conversation.
We may have to get into some of that secret sauce. Secret sauce Costa Rica.
Okay.
No, there are
the Costa
things.
Rican secret sauce is easier.
It's the FDA, it's great for the masses, but like I've said multiple times, I think our community is getting tired of traditional healthcare. It's failing our systems. I think we need to put out more of a preventative program. I think the next chapter of my life is to try to be one of those doctors that doesn't just fall into, I've never fell into it. From the day I came out, I've never fallen into the traditional medicine. We've always been outside the box. I always describe my team as we know all the traditional medicine, what's in the box, but that only takes care of about 75% of the people. There's other stuff that we need to incorporate, and we have more liberties here. And I think medication is overutilized in our country. I mean, you look at the states and you look at things. You get me on my Costa Rica soapbox right now, but it's not all unselfish. I mean, coming to Costa Rica to work isn't the worst thing that could happen to me.
Well, no, and if you're recruiting a spot for a retreat, it's a tax write-off too, right?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know about all that stuff, Stan.
I would.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there we go.
No,
I haven't even looked at it from that standpoint, but
I would.
But yeah, I mean,
free trips, baby.
There you go. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it is going to be work. I mean, for the listeners, I mean, this is something that we're going to push on. I mean, it's not going to be just the Costa Rica trip, but I think we are going to, now that we don't have the line, I think I do want to get your feedback on prevention and some of the stuff that we're talking about. They say there's stats right now that says simple grip strength gives you more information about your cardiac status than doing a heart echo. It's a little far-fetched, but there's some truth to it. Some of your quadricep strength, weakness, especially if you're over 50 right now, which I know our listeners are typically younger, but you all have parents and loved ones that are over 50. That muscle strength over 50 is one of the most important things for prevention of health. Meaning, if you lose your balance, there's stats that if you fracture your hip after the age of 70, there's a 70+% you're not going to be here in 12 months. Wow. The level of death. I mean, these are things that we can prevent. We can be proactive. I don't need pills. I don't need fancy salt tricks and all these other things. It's health and understanding in your 20s and 30s. If you just have a better base of life, you're going to live a lot longer and a lot healthier. And when you start building strength up at 50, if you were doing it when you're 20s, 30s, and 40s, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain instead of starting when you're 50.
Well,
so that's just go ahead.
I was going to say, going through the chat right now, people are loving the fact that you're not just a typical doctor that's like, hey, I'm just going to throw a ton of pills at you. Like, you're getting a lot of accolades in our chat right now, just, talking about how you're the last of a dying breed, how there needs to be more doctors like you that are more worried about healing than just keeping somebody on the hook.
No, there's, not to get into the pharmacies, but they don't want you to be healthy. They want you dependent on that stuff. That's how they make money. It's just it's a vicious cycle. Which, look, I'm not knocking traditional medicine. I have friends. I have everything myself. There is a role for traditional medicine. When you start talking about my field of musculoskeletal medicine and sports medicine and injury prevention, and now moving into the aging community, it's a stronger crossover. Before, when I was just sports, it was like, yeah, I don't need medication. I need medication to get you out of that moment. But overall, it's a full plan that's grown. Now that I've crossed over more into the geriatric field, I have to find the right combination. I'm seeing polypharmacy gone crazy in some of these homes, and the nursing homes are responding to that we don't want to do this anymore. There's metabolic tests. I'm really getting too deep now. Sorry, guys.
Well, Doc, Doc, we appreciate it.
Well, listen, my wife's a pharmacist, so I'd love to get you two together.
I try not to get to past that, general public feel, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's not just our viewers. All our viewers have someone. I bet you 70% of our viewers have someone that are in a hospital or ill or chronic illness that everybody's dealing with. Uncle Tom or Johnny or whoever, but everybody can relate to this, and it's got to be a cultural movement. It's a cultural movement. Like, even when I sat on the governor's counselor for fitness back 20 years ago, we talked about it has to start from the cultural end. And I think we're starting to see it. Our kids are more aware of what they're eating, what they're putting in their mouth. They know how to read labels. We're being more responsible of the labels. So I think we're on the right track. I think we just need a bigger push for our baby boomers that are now at that level. So. All right, I don't even know what we were supposed to talk about.
No, Doc, we're good.
No,
but the people
sideways
like it.
On you.
No, the people like it, and I appreciate it, man, because you've been the same ever since. We've gotten to know each other as well. That's the people like it, as Dick said. It's in the chat right now. People got a lot of respect for you and your viewpoints and stuff like that. So we'll let you go. Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know how much more time. I don't know how much more time we have, but that Aiden Hutchinson video that came out. I don't know if you want. I know we wanted to talk about that. I don't know if there's still time to show that video.
No, yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
I mean, look at that. I mean, look at that lateral movement. Remember, I talked about we're going to start the process and lightweight water walking to parallel movement. Now you're talking about angles. What he's doing there, phenomenal at a speed. You can start watching. Like, I'm having difficulty figuring out which is the bad leg. Other than you can see the wrap on the one, but his parallel movements and angles and side to side. I mean, this guy, I don't think Lions fans have any hesitation. This guy's going to be full speed coming out of the gate, when the season starts. But if you could slow it down and look at that, his arms, you watch him now. I'd love to pull a video from 3 years ago of his mechanics of running. It shows his purity that he's actually trying to use his whole body to run. He's learning how to run with his upper body and lower body, which a lot of people don't know how to do that, especially linemen. They don't know how to move their arms in sync to get most power out of their lower bodies. They just run unnatural. So he's learning in prevention. If we see his foot striking too, how he's hitting the ground more efficiently too. So that means he's getting push off. So there's a lot of positive takeaways. I know we're looking at it like, oh, great, he ran the 100. But no, if I look and break him down mechanically, I think that's huge, and it's only positive feedback. So I'm really talkative today. Must be in Costa Rica in me right now.
Hey, but Doc, real quick before we let you go, you're not there, right? You're not treating him or anything like that. What percentage would you put on him, kind of based on your interpretation of what you just saw with him running?
I'll say it. I mean, I think he's going to be fine, by game one. I mean, will he be hesitant mentally? Yeah. Will he need to take a few hits and understand it's not going to break on him or things are going to fall? But his muscle structure, I think he's right on pace. The other big question before you ask me, could he have played in the Super Bowl? I think it would have been a little bit of a setback. I think, we'll do the glass half full right now that, we didn't make it, so he's going to be a much better player, and he can calmly rehab and do all the recoveries in the step form that it looks like he's doing. There's steps of recovery. I love the orthopedic surgeons, not picking on them, but I broke it, you broke it, I fixed it, go, and then you go. No, there's a sequential way of rehabbing properly to make sure your firing patterns. It just goes to another, what we do at Sports and Spine. It's just another layer that we peel back, and I think the training team with the Lions are doing that exactly. So that's what we need, and we need it for the public, the non-professional athletes too, and that's what we provide. So that's a good way of putting it.
Well, you did say there were steps to this, and when you see him running, he's taking kind of very looping turns. Is the next step harsher turns, planting the foot, and then you go from there? Exactly.
You want to do quick changes, sudden changes, because that's the reality of the game. He's going to be going one direction, he's got to change direction in a second. He's not ready for that because that's a whole nother set of muscles and tendons and feedback and strength. Is he doing side to side? I mean, a lot of the hockey players, we had to do that, real early, the sliding board where you're going side to side, where you're changing directions, where you're changing the power. But you're also looking at how he's utilizing other body mechanics that when you're growing up, you don't pay attention to that. That's what I'm talking about, where these guys' learning curve is increasing because of this injury. He'll be more respectful to his body, just like Scrupo had to be with his arm. He couldn't just pitch, throw some ice on it, and walk out. He's got a whole routine he does pre-game, post-game, and in between games, and that's what Hutchinson's going to do. He's been pretty respectful to his body, but I think it's going to go a whole nother level after this injury.
Doc, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for making time for us down there in Costa Rica, my friend. Thank you.
Always good.
Yes, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll bring back some sunshine.
Please. Go. We got the sun. Just get rid of the wind chill. All right, Dr. Jeff Pierce, everybody. Thanks for his time down there in Costa Rica in the chat. Hoctopus, do all you nerds who were saying the Lions strength and conditioning team needed to be fired, they're doing it right, and Hutch is a perfect example. So nerds. It's just so funny. I love a good nerd drop, man. Nerds. Right? No, that is great to see. It was good to get Doc's take on it as well. But yeah,
I have some lower tier breaking news about the Tigers.
Okay.
How do you buy it?
Prior to today's game, Manuel Margot has been placed on the 10-day injured list, and he has left knee inflammation, and being recalled from AAA Toledo is Brewer Hickling. So just a little quick Tigers news.
Brewer Hickling era. Okay.
Yeah. Margot getting injured though, they are getting snake bit with injuries.
What was that guy's name last year? That came Bucky Kennedy or Buddy Kennedy?
Buddy Kennedy.
Buddy Kennedy.
Maybe Brewer Hickling could be this year's Bucky Kennedy. Yeah,
I mean the name's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Blind Madris.
It's a blind Madris. Just go out there and swing the bat a little bit. Right.
Game-winning hit today.
That's maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had an RBI today.
Got to get it on Caesars, man.
Yeah, man.
Spenny, how you want to handle this, man?
We'll do Feldman and Loom right now, and then we'll come back to P-Fit and Caesars.
All right. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. You guys already know what it is. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. They got a lot of the 2025 Silverados that you can lease right now. They got a lot of the 2025 Equinoxes, the front-wheel drives that you can lease also. Scan the QR code on the screen above my head. You can see the available inventory. If you like what you see, you can even start the buying or leasing process right there on your phone. It saves time, everybody. Who wants to be sitting in a dealership all day anyway? You won't be at Feldman Chevrolet. I know that. I got a car there in about 90 minutes. That's how it is. So, again, George, his team over there, they're top-notch. Go see my man Tim Brown. No, not the Heisman Trophy winner, but the guys are pretty elite at getting you your car. That's all you can ask for. Very knowledgeable as well. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer.
What about Loom? And let me tell you a little bit about Loom. I can tell you about the great products. I can tell you about all the good stuff that they have. I can tell you about the 38 locations they have. But let's talk about how you could save money. 30% off. Usually when we're giving out discounts, 10, 15, 30% off. So go to Loom, make sure you use WSN30 and save as much money as humanly possible at one of these dispensaries. You can click on the QR code above my head to find a location, but make sure you cash in 30% off. That's almost 1/3.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? Why do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
What's up, everybody? Rule 4, Planet Fitness. We're live in the Planet Fitness studios. I was just there today. We, like Hutch, we took the run up a notch today. We're getting up there, everybody. And you can do it all at Planet Fitness. You're into running, biking, the stair steppers, tons of cardio equipment at Planet Fitness. If you're more like Spencer, you want to pick heavy things up, set them down, then lift them up again, you can do that at Planet Fitness as well. What about the yoga stuff? You can do that stuff. There's stretch zones, core work, all of it. It's literally everything you need in a gym, and it's just $24.99 a month. I'm going down to South Florida this weekend. I'll be at the Coconut Creek one on Saturday. You just walk right in. That's the way the Black Card works. You can go to any of the 2,600 plus Planet Fitnesses in the world. There's over 50 in Metro Detroit alone. It's one of the best deals ever, man. I'm telling you guys that. Go do it, planetfitness.com, or just pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights at Planet Fitness. All right, Caesar Sportsbook as well. They're doing the deal for you. If you're a Woodward Sports fan, you think Javi's going yard tonight. Here's the play, everybody, all right? Here's the play. Scan the QR code above my head on the screen. Use the promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. Then that way you can make your first bet $1,000 on Javi to hit a home run tonight. And if for some miracle he doesn't, because it'll take an act of God for him to not hit a home run. So if he doesn't do it, you'll get your money back as a free bonus bet, because that's what happens if your first bet loses with Caesar Sportsbook. I'd imagine what, though? You probably got to lay money. Javi's minus 120 to hit a home run, probably.
Going against Carlos Carrasco today, he can't get a homer off him.
Well, then do it right now, risk-free, up to $1,000. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, stick in for D-Mac. We got KG, Spencer Raxter, and of course Chase in the Chase Lounge, pulling up to hour number 2 of the show.
Got some low-ranking breaking news, just like KG did.
Okay, what do we got?
Breaking news: Stephen A. Smith has announced that he is leaving all doors open for a potential presidential run in 2028. Quote, time to stop messing around. Life is great, especially at ESPN Disney. Hate the thought of being a politician, but sick of the mess. So he's leaving all doors open.
Oh, my God.
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
There you go.
He been teasing this shit for like a year or two. Can you imagine Stephen A. is the fucking president of the United
Skip is
States?
his vice president. We get to watch him debate every morning. I'm in.
Ernestine really ain't getting no time if that happens. God damn.
It could be like a morning show.
There we go.
Holy shit.
The morning presidential update. Idiocracy.
That's what we're coming
First
to.
take from the Oval Office every fucking morning. Like,
I'd like to announce in 2036, when I become eligible to become president, I'm going to put my hat in the ring as a potential candidate
Done.
as well.
You got my
You got to
vote.
put it
You
on
got one
Instagram.
vote, right?
Yeah.
You got
Put it on
one vote.
Instagram right now.
and I talked to Jim Kung Un, who is on crack. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fighting for the rights of all the trans cows.
Right.
So that's out there
Putin is
as
a bona
well.
fide scrub.
He's a bona fide scrub. He can't play.
You can't play.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, shit.
3, 2, 1. Here we go, chat.
Who at this network should be a politician?
Neil.
Neil?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Is Neil the politician of the network?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Not even close.
I don't know. Ermanni could shake hands like nobody's business.
Ermanni would be great
Ermanni
too.
seemed like the politician that's lying.
I'm not gonna lie. Love Ryan.
So he's a good politician.
Right.
Listen, I love Ryan Ermanni. Neil would eat him alive in a debate.
In a debate?
Eat him
a
alive.
debate?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Y'all should do a
Next
debate.
political
Neil
run.
would
Yeah.
be the best lawyer or politician at the network.
Y'all should debate for president of Woodward Sports.
That
Y'all
would
should-
be cool.
Y'all
We
should debate for
we
that.
should have a
Presidential
hierarchy of
debate.
positions.
Yeah.
How much does the job pay? I'll decide whether or not I want to
Then
run.
we just have Chad as a wild card. Just independent.
Hey, he could fund the largest campaign for you. Got blimps flying around. Checks in, dude.
The Neil D-Mac ticket, I'm voting for that.
Oh,
the
D-Mac
Neil-
is your running mate,
that's
right?
what we should do. Run each show as a ticket.
Yeah.
Would you vote for Kool-Aid and Flannel Sam, Neil or D-Mac,
Yeah,
Braylon and Ryan, or the Heavies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Ooh.
That's fire.
We
We're
need to
gonna
make a
make
presidential
heavyweights
ticket.
will make a lot of promises. I'll tell you. That. We may or may not come
Y'all
through
like
on
Trump
it,
with this
but
shit.
we'll promise that you'll get that shit.
Hey, that's good enough.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
right.
if it doesn't happen, it was Senate. They held it up.
Yeah. You guys will win.
We are here for the people. That is who we're here for.
We're deporting everybody but big booty
Yeah.
Latinos,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Holy shit.
No, that would be electric.
That would be great.
Next election cycle, if Woodward Sports is still surviving, we need to do this.
Hell
Like have
yes, bro.
have a debate night between the shows and have like the listeners put up the questions, and I'll be the moderator.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Me and Izzy will go down a 6 mile, hand out conies.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that'll bring you down in some people's eyes.
No,
you
that's
know,
a
if
fact.
you do
But
that.
not the right
Also,
people's eyes.
Not the right people. We know our Neil, trust me, the heavyweights know our demographic. We're going to be campaigning a lot around South Warren, around Detroit. We know our demographic. We're not going to touch Berkeley or Birmingham or any of them. That's your and Ryan's demographic.
And you're willing to hand out as many babies as possible to
Exactly.
single moms
Yeah,
to give them
exactly.
tax credits.
Yep.
Like, you guys are ready to do things.
Yeah, I'll impregnate some hot Latinas if they
Yeah.
want tax breaks. I can use a couple dependents.
Sorry, Neil.
Some other breaking news. The umpire report from yesterday's game came out.
shit.
Oh, boy.
Bruce Dreckman, the home plate umpire, called strikes at an accuracy rate of 83%.
Damn.
He got 1 out of every 5 pitches wrong.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
there's got to be
crazy.
accountability for
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Why robots are going to take the job.
No,
they
for real.
they need to like now. Like
They tested it
now.
I go
AAA.
back and forth as being, I'm an old man now. I'm kind of a baseball purist. Like, I don't love all those changes, and I was an umpire. And I umpired college games when I was like in my 20s and stuff. I made it all the way to that level, and it was honestly something I thought I may go down a profession for. So I have a love for the umpires. Like, I understand the position they're in. But if you're a professional and you make 6 figures, which these guys do, and they go to umpire college, they have to work their way up through the ranks, and you're getting 1 out of 5 wrong, you should
That's
just
tough.
be fired. Like, it should be like what the regulation that they do in soccer, right? Like, that's the way. If you fall below this, the
You're
umpire
out.
that's doing
You're
minor
going down to
league that's
AAA.
killing it, he's coming up. Like, that should be the system.
That's fair.
I do like that actually.
Yeah.
We solved it.
Performance-based umpiring.
Yeah, regulation.
Yeah.
Oh, you suck. Guess what? Now you're gonna go make $150 a game instead
Happens
of
to the players.
$15,000. you were
Exactly,
making.
yeah.
Right.
Send the refs down.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
the umps down.
I agree.
And baseball's the one, like, you can't do that in like football, because like college refs and NFL. But baseball is perfectly transparent through all levels. And if the players can get sent down to AAA, so should the fucking ref. Angel Hernandez should have been annexed years ago.
Right.
I was so happy.
I would like seeing the umps coaching for their job, like
That would be
or
dope.
officiating for their job.
But that's
also,
been my thing
that
forever.
The umpire colleges in
I
Florida,
guess you
Houston.
could only do it based on statistics, because like then that could get shaky with umps like taking bribes and stuff like that, and doing different things. But if it's performance based,
That's what I've talked about forever.
Yeah.
Is here you want to solve it? Make them go sit at a press conference too.
absolutely.
You make an 18-year-old kid. There was no freshman. A freshman didn't play in the game yesterday for the national championship game for the first time since I think like 1989 or whatever.
A single freshman didn't play.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. College sports.
No
are
5-star
bad.
recruits in the game either,
Wow,
which is crazy too.
that is crazy.
But anyway, though.
So you're saying there's a chance for Michigan State?
But anyway, though. All right. So an 18-year-old kid's got to take the podium,
Yep.
right, and explain why they just had their guts ripped out on national TV and they lost. But a ref who called 4 fouls in the first half combined, called 17 in the first 8 minutes of the second half, has no accountability.
Just gets in his Audi and leaves.
Yep.
I agree with half your argument. These are no longer 18-year-olds that are just amateur college kids. These
That
are
is also
professionals. They need to be held accountable.
So are
for
the
their-
refs.
Yeah, I get it, but you're kind of absolving the 18-year-old. Why it's so hard for them? But no, you're a paid athlete now. You're a professional. I get to judge you just like I judge LeBron or any professional. So like, I'm with you halfway, but the 18-year-old's just as accountable.
Right, but okay, take it back to, I don't know, 4 years ago when they weren't being paid then.
I can't. The genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Like Chris Webber when he was at Michigan had to sit there at that stage.
Monkey doesn't
and
go
take
back
that.
in the
Oh,
box.
you're
he
telling me
just
Chris
gets out.
Webber didn't get a bag? Are
Well,
we
hey,
gonna have this fake
he absolutely
conversation?
got a
Come
bag.
on.
No,
what do you mean?
it's
Chris Webber,
Michigan.
He was paid.
Leaders and best.
Yeah, right. No, Chris Webber was paid.
We all know Chris.
And it's
Webber was
okay.
paid.
Like,
Even Michigan fans know
I have
that.
no
Don't
problem.
do that, Neil.
And Chris Webber was bribed to call that timeout. No,
He was.
You think
yeah,
so?
that's awesome.
Burn in the super chat.
Just joking, Chris Webber. Don't kill me, please.
Number
Burn.
84, Chris Webber.
Burn in the super chat. Kool-Aid shaking that bat, yelling, "I'm fired up to work for you, America."
Right.
It's pretty strong.
Fired up.
He
He'd
might
be the
win
most
on that
wholesome
alone.
Candidate on the
Kool-Aid,
ticket,
yeah.
bro.
And
Well,
The most wholesome
unfortunately, that
candidate.
means he wouldn't win.
Yeah, that's a
But
fact.
Kool-Aid definitely has he's got
He's the only minority running.
That is
well,
true.
Easy's half.
Easy's Braylon.
Braylon, yeah, I lied.
D-Mac's Canadian. Does that count?
Like Kool-Aid would be like Bernie Sanders. Like, yeah,
Yes.
he's cool. He seemed cool.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna vote for him. No.
It's a cutthroat world.
Yeah.
It's hard out
world.
here. It's hard out here.
But yeah, and that's my issue with it. Make them sit in front of all those writers and all those cameras and say, "What? Why did you call 4 fouls in the first half and call 17 in 8 minutes in the
Right.
second half? What changed?"
Then you got a goon standing in the back in his purple tux looking at the ref like,
Oh.
Well, you're going to mess with the integrity
dead.
of the game, Neil.
No, that'd
that's,
be
that's
electric.
always the veil they hide behind, right? Like, well, we can't question the officials because it questions the integrity of the game. And it's like, we all
No,
have
it don't.
eyes. We all see that the integrity has been compromised. So what are we doing here?
oh,
Let's-
it's the Wild West
I'm
now.
not trying to hear that. They got fucking replay in every sport now. That's technically
But
questioning
I
the
honestly
integrity.
hate how much they utilize replay in basketball now. Like,
I hear you.
basketball is a game of flow.
College
it
is
is a
too
game,
much.
and when every time during a college game, the last 3 minutes takes now 45 minutes because they go, it tipped off. Who?
Right.
Like,
No, I get you.
I'm
I get you
honestly
on
to
that.
the point where I don't care that they got those menial fouls. If it looked like it was off the guy, but they missed a fingernail off it, I don't care anymore. I don't want the replay. I would rather my team get screwed and I can watch a damn basketball game than this. Hey, 30 seconds of action. Okay. Oh, 10 seconds of action. Okay. Oh, 10. Okay. Now they're gonna talk for 3 minutes. Then they're gonna figure it out. Now the guy's gonna go shoot free throws, and there's 10 minutes between game time. Like,
I hear you.
I hate how much they have gone to replay on that. Human error needs to be back as a part of it, and it's okay.
I think they're going to adopt what the NFL and what football has done with the expedited replays. I think that's what they need to do, to have somebody up in the booth or have a whole booth of people looking at it. And then, like, if the ref thinks it's questionable, he presses a button. They review the play. By the time he gets to the scorer's table, they say, yeah, it was off on him. Boom, done.
Right, like have 8 guys sitting in New York
Yeah.
watching it that
Yeah.
can give you the answer in 30 seconds.
Well, that's what when I went down to the spring training game, Javi actually did. As a matter of fact, he challenged a call.
Yeah.
and it ended up being right. Like
Yep.
Javi was right. They called a strike on him. It was a ball. It was up on. It was
Elite-
literally
elite-
tennis.
Elite zone knowledge.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You can tell by the pitches he swings
Absolutely.
at. Yeah, man
Yeah.
knows the zone.
Well, baseball has done a better job of their replay. Like yesterday in the Tigers game, that at the end of the overthrow to first that may have pulled the runner off first, and then our guy went all the way around to third, and then they just like, oh, wait to see. Then
Yeah.
he waited 3 seconds. Oh no, foot must have been on the bag, and they all walked off the field. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Oh, timeout. Umpires, come in here. What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? All right, let's go look at this tablet.
Right,
It's
right.
just driving me insane, especially. This is the society we live. Like, I don't even watch Twitter videos anymore on regular speed. Everything has to be 2 times because I can consume it
shit.
faster, and I get bored now listening to people speak common dialect in the rate that they should. It's like, I don't want to sit 3 minutes. I can sit 1 minute 30 seconds if I 2 times this video.
Justin Station, get that guy out of here. DNC ENT, 85 success rate in just about any job. You should be fired immediately.
No, for real.
I would agree with that as well. Skydog 722, send them down to Oakland U. We have Lamont Simpson. Gene Sterator's been a ref for us before. Regular
Name
Skydog, like, I don't know. No. I know you don't get how the real world works, but that's fine.
Putting them up there at a press conference and pressing them would be great, though.
100%.
Like you said, what changed?
It would just be the coach speak that you get now, though. Like, you know you're never going to get a real answer. Like, I felt like I owed 23-1 from earlier in the game, and that was close enough to a foul, and I didn't think I'd get my opportunity again to call one, so I had to on that play.
Then the refs would all get media trained.
Right? What do you want to hear out of those guys? Because if they tell you the truth, they're fucked.
Yeah, true. I want to hear him lie. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be
Lie to
entertaining.
me, baby.
Yeah,
this motherfucker is lying.
Johnny Toko slid me $20,000 before the game and said, "Make sure you call these on Florida in the first half." Like, they're not gonna do that.
No,
I would love to see that though.
I would too, man.
No rule of sports. Didn't the Saudis say they were gonna do the Juice Olympics, where they just allow the athletes to take as much steroids as possible?
Yeah, where we at with that?
I want that to happen.
I
that's
want
real.
steroid leagues. Like, let's just do it. If these
Just
guys are
juice
willing
them
to
to the
sacrifice
gills.
their body and kill themselves for my entertainment, I'm all for it.
That's why we should bring back gladiator sports. That's why I like the UFC so much.
Yep.
Do you know how fucking electric it would be to get 4 of your boys to put a parlay together to bet on a guy if he's going to kill a lion or not?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That'd be fucking awesome.
I'm betting on the lion. Every
Who's
time.
walking out of this cage?
Yeah.
I'm betting on the lion every single time.
Could you imagine?
Easy money.
Could you imagine how popular that would be?
Betting
No,
at the
it would.
Coliseum would be legendary, dude.
Could you imagine how popular
I would
that
absolutely go to watch a Coliseum battle.
Like the first time they do it,
Right.
man versus lion,
Maybe
Hey,
Costa Rica
don't
will
let them-
allow it.
maybe.
Hey,
what do you
don't-
think the parallel or the timeline split goes from Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson to Conor McGregor fighting a lion? Like, how far off is that? I feel like
5
we're already
years.
down that path.
5 years. The next 5. The next Trump term.
Yeah.
If you put in money out there, somebody will do it.
Oh, if
sure.
Trump brought that in, he could stay president forever.
That would be cool.
No, the funny thing would be let's say the man wins and people get mad at the lion on X. Like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
bro? You fucking up my parlay,
Send
dog.
a hate mail. Send a
to the
DMs
lion.
to the lion on X.
Dante
Fuck
in the
this
super
lion.
chat. Also, can we stop with the commercials after every single timeout? Because holy smokes, it was ridiculous last night.
Yep.
Go Tigers. Baez hit a home run plus 825 today, so he's in on it.
There you go.
Hey.
I hope you used promo code Woodward or Woodward Sports 1000 when you did that one. So Woodward 1000. I hope you did that. So in case some miracle happens and he doesn't hit a home run today, then you'll get your money back as a free bonus bet. What?
Just the way you phrased that was eloquent.
Well, I mean it's true, right? All right, let's do this. Let's take the break and get back on the clock here. And there's some Lion stuff we have to do as well. I do want to do more about we didn't even get a chance to talk about the Tigers game yesterday. I do want to touch on that. They're playing again in about 50 minutes, by the way. Have a good time down there, everyone. Weather's beautiful to take in a game.
It wouldn't
Shop-
be bad today if you had those heated seats that were $100K a pop for the season.
Shop the best in Detroit sports wearables. Go to woodwardsports.com. Yes, shop.woodwardsports.com and get the greatest and latest in Detroit sports merch. We got a Tigers line. Get ready for the Pistons playoff run. F them picks. The NFL draft is out there. Boo them kids. The staples are still out there. People are still buying them, folks. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! The boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Dr. Pierce, the one and only Mr. Costa Rica 2024.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Him and Pitbull are down there right now planning your next retreat. And you can be a part of it. Call 248-426-9944. And if you need anything taken care of, you heard the doc. And it's a doctor you can trust. You're just not going to show up and be like, oh, you're in pain? Here's a bunch of pills I'm going to shove down your throat to cure it. No, he's going to give you actual cures to what you're going through, or he's going to try to. I guess I can't promise 100% cure to anything, but you know this doc has your best interests at heart. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce, our injury insider. Scan the QR code now.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac. D-Mac's out this whole week, you
D-Mac,
said?
yep.
D-Mac's out this week.
Said he told me a month ago. Scroll back in the chats. I did not see it, but that's probably on me. D-Mac, when D-Mac is sure about something,
yes, he's a man of principle.
Yeah, he is. I'll be like, yeah, that's probably on me.
KG, Spencer, Raxter, chasing the chase lines. I like it, though. I like kicking it with you, man. It's fun, no doubt. Woodward Sports chat thread. CK, I was told Javi wasn't good at anything. That is false.
Very false.
One of the elite bag getters of our time.
That is true.
Plus defender.
Him and Chase
Now you're lying, just like the walk-off home run on opening day, right?
Plus defender, man. I'm standing on it.
I hope I don't have to run against KG on Woodward Sports because I have multiple videos right now of him spreading misinformation.
Fake news.
And that honestly, that's where the heavyweights would kick ass too, because Easy is phenomenal at fake news.
Elite,
and nuanced clips.
Elite clipper.
Elite clipper.
Oh, our slam campaign would be.
Are you sure you want to vote for Neil Rule?
Yeah.
He
Deadly,
thought.
right. Yeah.
Where was Neil Rule on 9/11?
Have you seen sending the one out about Kool-Aid would be like that picture of Wesley Snipes pulling the trigger when he's crying? Like, be like, I don't want to do this to Kool-Aid. Then we put the slam piece on.
Does Kool-Aid curse at home?
Yeah. Greg Rounds, well, Stick, we have to listen to you for 2 hours today, and unfortunately, we can't speed it up.
Damn.
Oh, I think you could. YouTube has a setting, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
So wake up.
You have to after the fact, though.
Oh, no, then pause it, wait till it ends, then go restart it.
That was funny.
Now everybody's making fun of my attention span, too. Like, yeah, that's
that's what happens.
Welcome to my life.
Dude, I was really high last night. Shout out Loom. Laying in bed, I'm a big Instagram Reel guy. Love Instagram Reels.
I bet you do.
They're really fun. And the comment sections of Instagram Reels are my favorite place on the internet. But I was watching, people were making highlight tapes to, like, cows. And some dude did a fucking forklift, and it was just like a highlight zooming in of like shots and pictures of it and shit. Oh, it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
I love it. I love the internet, man.
Yeah.
Real cream of wheat in the chat. Can we trust Neil with our furnaces? if there's anyone you can trust, it's me.
Neil doesn't
Sick
drive
of government
American.
spending. This man lives on an ivory tower and has 2 furnaces.
You drive an electric too?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
How many furnaces do you have? He has 2.
Neil talks about limiting government spending, but he has 2 furnaces.
How many deaths in the lithium mine did it take to just make Neil's electric vehicle?
I don't know, but I
Vote Spencer for president.
And then Neil's rebuttal. How many people in the HVAC community do you keep employed? I bring 2 for my furnace.
American jobs,
Right.
that we can't lose overseas.
Exactly.
They're eating the filters. No, I'm talking shit.
Absolutely. But yeah, the Tigers yesterday. We didn't get a chance to get into it. I know we kind of got off on a tangent there. Very rock solid win. Mm-hmm. They took the Yankees to the mat. They choked them out.
Casey Mize.
Casey Mize on the bump.
One earned run, 6 Ks, cold weather game.
Spenny.
His splitter's looking as good as it ever has in the major leagues, and that's why he was drafted 1-1, because when it's on, it's one of the nastiest pitches in baseball, and it looked nasty yesterday. Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger, Anthony Volpe, all guys that got victimized by it. You just love to see it. And I think an underrated part of that game, and one of the most important parts of that game, Nick talked about it, he brought it up, was a great point. Nick Koloff, Detroit Tigers beat reporter for Woodward Sports. Follow him on X at Nick Koloff. But that back pick by Jake Rogers to get the runner at third when Aaron Judge was up to bat after a leadoff triple, I think that was so important to cut down all momentum that the Yankees were building. Mm-hmm. And Jake the Snake, man, making plays. I love to see it.
The Walrus. The power of the stash.
Oh, yeah. I love Jake Rogers, dude. I do. He's one of the best defensive catchers in the MLB.
But actually is.
Literally is. Like, he was a Gold Glove finalist last year, and he'll pop one out every now and then. So
2 throwouts.
It was a great win. You love to see Jake Rogers with Casey Mize because obviously he is the more adept catcher when it comes to leading a pitching staff and framing pitches. That's why I kind of want to see Job get a Rogers start, but Job and Dingler have that kind of connection, so I guess that's fine there. But no, great game out of Casey Mize. Obviously, Andy Ibanez and Jay Hen came through with some big clutch knocks to win that one. So good game by the Tigers.
Do you keep Jay Hen up?
Yes.
Because that's been my biggest question.
Absolutely.
What are you going to do when Gleyber Torres comes back? Who would you send down?
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kreidler.
Yeah, I was thinking Kreidler, but there is a chance Cole Keith can go
They
down.
said
if he
Veerling's
continues
on
to
his way
struggle.
back, too, so there's another roster spot you're going to have to find.
Yeah. Kreidler and McKinstry go down before. I know it's hard because McKinstry can play so many different positions, and he's hitting pretty well, but
I don't think
you
they would send him
can't
down.
you can't send Jay Hen down. You can't.
Yeah.
So maybe it is Cole Keith, but I don't know. It can't
If
be
he's
just
playing bad, it could be.
It can't be Justin Henry
Sweeney and Kreidler.
Sweeney and Kreidler. Sweeney's hitting the ball
good
well too, though.
so far, yeah.
Well, someone's got to go, man.
Kreidler's definitely the first one that's going to go down. After that, I'm not sure. That's the decision for them to make.
Yeah.
There's no one else, man.
Maybe the guy
that's why I'm like,
they
it
just
could
brought
be
up to
Cole
replace
Keith.
Well,
Margot.
that'll probably be it.
McKinstry is so valuable with all the positions he could play.
They not sending him down.
Jahan has been looking amazing on the plate. He's a professional hitter.
Takes
You gotta
walks.
keep him
He's
here.
led
Yeah.
off in damn near every game.
Yeah, you got to
Takes
keep him
walks.
here.
Yeah, that too.
So I mean, that's.
But once they get somebody back up like Veerling or Wenzel Perez that can actually play center field, then it opens you up to move multiple.
Do they
guys.
cut Margot? Like
I wouldn't. I mean,
Probably.
yeah. Or you could just keep him in AAA.
DNC ENT Parker Meadows will feel like a midseason trade.
Yeah.
Justin Galena, Keith could use a few weeks in AAA.
It could happen.
Larry Roberts, Andy Ibanez came up huge with that 3-run home run, and like,
That's what he
excuse
does.
me, that's the thing, right? For me, that's what I need. Like in today's day and age, somebody's got to hit the ball in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Man. Like they just do. And when this team does, they're gonna win. And the Yankees too. Like, look, I know they made the World Series last year. They got no shot.
No.
To win a World Series.
They've regressed.
Their pitching
stinks.
staff is awful.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Yeah, they got to trade for somebody. They're going to become. I don't know. They're going to be coming hard after Skubal. I would think so.
Yeah, but they ain't getting
But
him.
they're not going to get him. Hopefully,
What would you do if they traded Skubal?
I would
on what they got.
I would literally throw up.
I would like that better than letting them get to the end of the contract.
Oh
and
yeah,
walk.
that's not going to
I
happen.
would prefer that actually.
Then letting them walk?
Yeah.
You cannot let him
Get
walk.
something for him. Shit, if you're not gonna sign him.
Oh, we don't trade star players here, though, KG.
Yup.
do we?
I know, right?
No, but personally, I think that I owe the management and the people in charge maybe a little bit of an apology. I'm not saying I was hard on them, but I think the team is better off than I thought it was going to be at this point in the
Yeah.
season. I didn't think they'd be able to parlay the success that they had at the end of last year into this year. Thought a lot of that success had to do with the Twins falling off, not so much us being fantastic. And when they didn't add that big splash piece during the offseason, everybody was going off about it. But now we're looking at the team on the field, and you can see they're still a cohesive team. They still play for each other. You got A.J. Hinch still pulling all the right strings and putting the people in the right spots. So in my case, I was like, man, I really wanted them to make a move. And they didn't make a move. But it seems like it's okay that they didn't make the move and that the natural growth of this team and the prospects could get us to where we want to be. And then you still have the trade deadline if you need to make that big piece.
And that's where, and because look, again, I'll qualify it, and no one, and look, I wasn't pounding the fist for a move, like a specific person. I was talking about more along the lines of the philosophy. Mm-hmm. And the trade deadline, again, we'll go back to that philosophy and see how serious are we about doing this. Because if you look at, it turns out, too, the Twins stink. They stink.
I was told they was the best in the AL.
Like it looks like it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like
they've continued their downtrend, and we've continued our uptrend.
and exactly. Like what happened to them at the end of last year
Yeah.
kind of looks like it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And it's
not a
permanent. It
fluke.
could be permanent. You know, like it does. It kind of feels that way to me. And I know when you say that, because of the way that we all work around here, when you say that, someone's going to say, well, you're not giving the Tigers credit. No, the Tigers are good. Like, there was no huge drop-off from last year. I didn't expect a huge drop-off or anything like that. Like, it's the same team.
It's the same
and
team,
the
same
team
division.
Are doing the same things that they did last year.
But they're doing it earlier in the year.
Yeah, it looks a little better.
That's the difference.
Offensively, they look the upside looks a lot better than how they started.
That's why
their slugging percentage like third right now in the whole major
they averaging
league.
like 5 runs a game.
Crazy.
And that's why I was upset of them not getting a guy, because this is what the Central is. It's wide open.
Yeah.
Nobody in the Central is that much better than the other team. So I felt like if you got one impact bat and brought it in here, then you would for sure win the Central. And now they have a chance to, but there's a lot of ifs. You know, if all of these guys stay healthy on the pitching staff, if all of these guys continue hitting the way they are. And it's amazing seeing it right now, but it's a long season, and they're going to have to keep it up all year because they don't have the upper echelon talent to separate them from aside from Tarek Skubal and Riley Green. But every team in this division has 1 or 2 all-star level guys. Like Bobby Witt is just as good as Tarek Skubal is. You know?
Well, it seems like these guys get along too, and that's
They
always
do.
an aspect of sports that is overlooked, right? The intangible things of I like showing up every day and playing ball next to Neil Rule. I don't show up every day hating this man to my right, and like when we're on the field, we can't communicate properly because we don't communicate off the field. It's nice to see this young core like loves playing baseball. You know, it's almost like how they built the Lions up with guys that just care about football. They're football guys, right?
Yep.
Like, you know, Jamal Williams, when they brought him here, all he cared about was
anime,
Asian
and
anime,
right.
and football. Those are the only 2 things that guy cares about. Rodrigo, all he cares about is football and wrestling, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, Panay Sewell, football guy. Seems like these guys are just baseball guys. Like, they love being out there. They love playing with each other. And when you have that pep in your step, the smile on your face, and you're playing as a team, it's what you can accomplish is crazy.
Just a fan. Neil's a true fan, always invested and never giving the Tigers credit. Just a fan. They have the best manager in baseball.
Yep.
They have the best pitcher in baseball.
Arguably one of the best staffs in baseball.
Probably the best.
Probably the best. You know, one of the best staffs. You can you can
I say
definitively
arguably.
say that.
Yeah.
Definitively a top 5 staff in baseball when they're all healthy.
Yes.
Which that's the case for everybody. So, you know, whatever with that. I wanted Riley Green signed, extended a year and a half ago. I wanted the Ronald Acuna plan. For those of you that have watched the show for a long time, I wanted that done. They didn't do that, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen that way. But, you know, I wanted the Skubal thing done already. And look, I'm not saying that they got to go be the Dodgers. I'm not saying they got to go be the Yankees. I'm not even saying that they got to go be whatever a $200 million payroll. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be that way, then be that way. And get Skubal and get Green, and you got to forecast it. You did it with Colt Keith. How's that looking right now? And the book's not written. It's not over, so everybody just calm down. But with that being said, if you're going to be this way and do it with Colt Keith, why didn't you do it with Riley Green? Why did you do it with Tarek Skubal?
Yeah.
Like, get these guys locked up. The Braves did that with their guys for a long time.
Yep.
If you're going to talk about it, then be about it and do it. That's my issue, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This year is going to tell us a lot. The trade deadline is going to tell us a lot this year. I mean, I think we all felt they were in that mode where it's like, hey, you said you'd spend money. It's time to spend money. And they tried to with Bregman. But I think this year, after I'm already talking past this season, like at the completion of this year, it's got to be the big move. It's got to be the final move to go get that World Series. Has to be.
Or it's got to be.
They're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Or then it's got to be the Tigers have agreed to an extension with Tarek Skubal and Riley Green.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you keep
You'll
your homegrown
maybe get one of
players.
those.
I mean,
Then what are we doing?
When
I
did this whole
understand.
system fall apart? Like, when did the Tigers fall apart? When they got rid of David Price, when they got rid of Justin Verlander, when they got rid of Rick Porcello,
Yeah,
when
but
they got rid of Scherzer.
they're never going to be that again. That's not what they're going to do. That's not who they're going to be.
No, I know, but like getting rid of your primetime players did not help the Tigers.
Yeah.
Well, it only didn't help because Al Avila is a fucking moron and he didn't
Well,
get shit for him. But if you
but
get
it didn't
something
help.
for him, but yeah.
I mean, you got to
I
get
digress.
return for those players.
I trust Scott Harris a little bit more in terms of transactions and trading. I mean, he got Jack Flaherty back for Christ's sake. So I think there'll be buyers this year, just depending on where their team is, but it's yet to be seen.
Yeah. So again, if this is how we're going to be, if we're going to be mid-market, Tampa Bay Rays-ish, Marlins-ish, then do it and go ahead and get these guys locked up, because every day that goes by, the price goes up, man. So I don't want to hear about, well, look at the market. You had exclusive access to get this done before, and you did it with Colt Keith.
You did, and there's still time. But,
and Spenny, I'm going to reference that. I just am. I'm not saying he's done. I'm not saying he's cooked. I'm not saying Colt Keith sucks. I'm not saying any of that.
No.
But you did it with Colt Keith.
Yeah. ...
So act accordingly. Where can they find Woodward on the socials?
Everywhere, obviously, because anywhere that there is a social presence, Woodward has a big one. Whether it be YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms at Woodward Sports. Make sure you tap in for some great giveaways, some great highlights, and all of the best coverage for your Detroit sports teams at Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or simply just chilling at home watching the game, there's no better place to go than Jars. They got 27 locations all over the state, representing Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, guess what? A new store is coming your way. Go to jarscannabis.com right now to see where you can get your favorite product today.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac. D-Mac will be out for the rest of the week. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you. And you've been getting your thoughts out there. We certainly do appreciate that. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel if you have not already. Over 80,000 of you currently subscribe to Woodward Sports. We are the dominant presence in Detroit sports media digitally. That is not up for debate. You can check the numbers if you want, or you can just believe me. But, hey, if you don't believe me, feel free. Check the numbers. Waste your time. In the chat, Danny G, a Woodward Sports OnlyFans would slap.
Oh, my God. What?
Lots of Spenny's feet.
That's true.
Spenny's feet.
I mean, he said he's up for it.
Might be Spenny doing something else on there, too.
I heard OnlyFans isn't just...
It wasn't originally supposed to be for the sluts, but they took control of it.
That is a fact.
Well, they say the same thing with technology. Like, you want to know what the next big technology is, look at porn.
Yeah.
If porn embraces it,
it's going to work.
Yeah, they innovate, yeah.
I mean, after you get past your shock and really sit there and think about it, it's 100% correct.
No, it is.
Yeah. They are innovators, yes.
You know, when 3D technology was starting to become big, where was it huge? When VR is becoming big, where, like, who's pioneering the VR? The perverts.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Sex is an industry that will always sell. It will never die. So.
Nope. Oldest job in the book.
Mm-hmm. In the chat, We're going to put you on the spot for this one, KG.
All right.
Jack Stark. It's April 8th, and I haven't heard the NFL draft bell yet. I'm jonesing for it.
Hey, I got you, dude. Just say something to your boy. I got you.
That was my first one of the season.
It was, yeah, man. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a double dose.
I don't know what something happens when you hear that. It's like a dog with dinner time or something like that, man.
It really is. We are 2.5 weeks away from the draft.
16 days.
It's crazy.
16 days, gentlemen.
Shamar Stewart was brought in on a top 30 visit by the Lions.
Pay attention to those top 30 visits. We had a lot of Lions come from the top 30.
Do we have a comprehensive list? Like, what are some of the names? And I told you guys, I'm kind of parachuting in this week.
Yeah, Sayoni Vaki was one last year. It was somebody else too. I can't remember, but pay attention to those.
But it's wild, man, how fast this draft. Like, I literally feel like we were just downtown for the draft.
Yeah.
Because we were.
I know, but it feels like it was like 2 months ago, not an entire calendar year.
Yeah.
We have some college basketball breaking news. Michigan State Spartans. Jace Richardson is declaring for the NBA draft. He is a projected lottery pick. Obviously the son of NBA veteran Jason Richardson. So if you're going to be a lottery pick,
yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Tom Izzo had to go way out of his way to recruit.
So there's that one. Spenny, how we feeling?
I mean, we saw it coming. He's a lottery pick. Got to reload.
Better get out in them waters, man.
Yep, have to.
Hey, my boy Dusty out there, though. I know that.
No freshmen, no 5-stars in the national championship game yesterday, which means you got to get out in the streets and
Absolutely.
make it happen.
That's what college sports are now. If you don't have a strong NIL and a strong transfer portal presence, you're not going to be good. So you need to go out there and do it.
Back to the draft, though. Are you guys feeling the same buzz the draft this year as we with us having a 20-something pick or whatever?
No,
because we're not dependent upon it
right,
anymore.
And we know it's going to be a good pick.
Yeah.
It's weird that this used to be our Super Bowl week, essentially. Like, oh, my God, who are we going to draft at number 4 overall? Like, now we don't get that luxury. There is still the big question mark of what Brad Holmes is going to do. Does he trade up, which he's been known to do? But I don't know. The sizzle off the draft this year just hasn't really been there like it's been in years past.
You know, and Spenny was first on the scene with this and dropped this a couple of months ago. And it's right, and I think we're seeing the effect on it with the draft right now. There is no pressing need.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? There is no, we need somebody to come in and start right away. Like you can say like and if it is, it's a second.
Right.
It's a second edge. You know, it's a second offensive lineman.
Yeah.
It's a third cornerback. Like that's for real. That is where we are right now. And that's why it's not the same. Now, as we get into the week, I think people are conditioned that they'll go ahead and they'll fire it up. But still, I mean, it's just is there there's no intrigue at the top either. Like nationally, Cam Ward's going to go number 1.
Yeah, I guess which quarterback. I mean, where the Colorado boys go, I think is probably the biggest.
But even that's like shaking itself out right now.
Yeah.
The Browns have pretty much told you they're going to take Travis Hunter. The Giants said, yeah, we'll take Abdul Carter then.
Yeah.
Like that's the way that it's going to go. And then after that, like that's when this is typically like when the linemen start getting taken, right? Like the offensive tackles start going after that. The offensive tackles, the defensive tackles. It's just, I think the only real intrigue out there is what are the Raiders going to do, right? Like nationally.
Right.
What are the Raiders going to do?
Jackson Dart, baby, I'm telling you.
No, he's not.
Either that or to the Saints, one of the two.
Yeah, now, okay. But, yeah. Jackson Dart isn't going before Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, well.
He's not.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders will
though.
But the Raiders will slide in. They'll probably take Ashton Genty, and everybody like, oh my God, you know, like what's happening there?
That's really the wild card of this all. Where's he gonna go?
He'll be first round.
Well,
sure.
you know he's gonna go, but I'm talking like Chicago should be after him because of what Ben Johnson can do with him. Vegas should be after him because of what they can implement with to me, he's a game changer. I've heard the Jets have been looking at him as well. Like to me, he's the biggest question mark of is someone going to reach up and go get him?
Yeah.
Where's he going to land?
Yeah, somebody will reach.
But real cream of wheat in the chat for you, Neil. No pressing need? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
Yeah, but that.
Oh, wait. I'm not done. Where is it? Did you not see the game against Washington? Do these people still not understand that half the damn team wasn't playing?
And Jared Goff had 5 turnovers.
Okay, what's your biggest need then? Where is it? Defensive line? Cool, you're getting Aiden Hutchinson back. And Aleem McNeil back. And you're getting another year of Josh Paschal. And, where's the need? And I'm with you. When you said that, I'm going through the entire lineup. I think maybe we could get better linebacker play, but Jack Campbell's getting better.
You're
And
not taking one in the
Anzalone played
first
at a
round.
high level, so you're not going there.
Yeah.
Our defensive safeties and free safety, that's set in stone. Cornerback probably could still use some improvement.
I mean,
outside of cornerback, though, I don't really.
The biggest needs for me are defensive line, like that opposite edge rusher,
Yeah.
because obviously Pascal, Davenport, El Quadri Muhammad all on only 1-year deals. You don't have an edge rusher outside of Aiden Hutchinson under contract past next season. So that is a guy. And then interior offensive line. With the veterans getting up there, with the age of those guys going through, you want to get another piece in there. You got Mahogany last year. You got Manu that you feel is probably going to step in for Taylor Decker after he decides to hang him up. But getting another piece in that interior offensive line is important as well.
That's the biggest.
It's important, but
not like
it's not
dire
like,
need for next season.
Yeah, it's not like a glaring hole when
No.
you look at the lineup.
Yeah.
Right?
Whoever they
that
take.
was Neil's point. There's
Yeah.
no
I
oh
agree
my
with Neil.
God, we're
Yeah.
panic mode. We need a left tackle.
Well, some people would consider that with the other edge rusher position, but that's the biggest point of contention.
How many
with,
teams have 2 elite edge rushers?
Not many.
It's not a lot. It's not. But that's the biggest point of contention with Lions fans this year is if the Lions take offensive linemen first over some of these edge rushers, would you be mad?
But that's what these
Depends
people are
who.
missing is all the all the secondary edge rushers that the Lions had this year will be better next year because Aiden Hutchinson is back.
Yeah.
They all got the Aiden Hutchinson treatment without being Aiden Hutchinson.
I understand.
You got to scheme to them. You got to double team who you wanted last year. Once Aiden's back, there's your double team occupied. Now all the guys that aren't Aiden Hutchinson level that can beat you one-on-one consistently, they'll win more matchups because more of the attention. So
would
there's
think,
so
yeah.
much addition by bringing back almost the defensive player of the year.
But and I've been trying to tell people this there's a very real possibility Marcus Davenport is your starter week 1.
Yes.
Especially if they take a
You know who
offensive
won't
lineman
be?
in
You
the
know
first
who?
round.
You know who won't be?
Yeah.
Whoever the draft pick is in the first round.
Right.
Won't be a starter.
Right.
They won't be.
Probably not.
They might not be.
They're not going to be a week 1 starter.
It
They will
depends.
not.
It depends. If they move up in the
Yeah.
draft for a defensive guy, he could be a week 1 starter.
Even if they don't, I'm not going to say he won't be because this regime is if you win the job, you win the job. They've started rookies before over veterans, and they will do that again if he wins the job in camp. But as the team sits right now, and based on what we saw last year, Marcus Davenport is your starter right
telling
now.
y'all,
He
don't
was
be
the starter
surprised.
last year.
But
They
he's a
love what he
rotational
does.
starter.
Yeah, no, he's
So,
not.
that's
and,
the thing.
And that's
He's-
what people are mad about is the injuries with him. And yeah, I'm not going to be mad. I want an edge. I think they need to get an edge to put next to Aiden Hutchinson for the next 5 years. But it's not like make or break everything on the season if they do. Like Neil said, there's no glaring need for next year at one spot. But
There's no savior.
you want to
coming.
improve the depth. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's no savior coming, right? At least,
And that's what happens when you're picking in the late 20s.
because you're a good team, because you have good players
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's where it is. Like it's funny to me, man. And that takes away all the juice for Lions fans. There are people in the chat too, like Gromito237. I can see the Steelers trading up for Shedeur Sanders. That's anti-Steelers
Steelers
DNA.
are getting Jackson Dart, and they're going to win a Super Bowl with him. Watch.
If you go to the Steelers,
not like
that'd be
next year,
electric.
but he'll win a Super Bowl in his career.
The Jackson Dart is my Will Levis this year. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I watched it.
Oh,
I mean, I
watched
it.
it.
Too.
Will Levis though? That's
I don't see it.
no.
I don't
man,
see it
not
with
Will.
Jackson
It's
Dart.
not that
in the
bad.
NFL, I don't see it.
It's not that bad though.
I mean, 1 out of every 7 quarterbacks pans out.
Yeah,
so
true.
I mean, odds are he's not going to do great.
Correct. Spenny's extra on him because of his girlfriend,
It's true.
and he's open and honest.
But
about
he's
it.
also
like
he's also
Moneyball.
I like his measurables. He's a big guy. He's got a big arm. He can move. Yeah, I mean, I think he's more athletic than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders obviously a better pocket passer and more accurate. But we'll see.
Every big moment I saw him in, was a negative outcome for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Every time, every big game I saw him play in, every time I sat down and said, all right, we're going to watch this guy today. every time. No, but KG, like, I'm big on that.
I hear you.
You know, like, at some point, you got to do it.
I hear you.
We can talk about it, but you got to do it at some point. Where we got to go? Planet Fitness, Fenny?
Yes, Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, everyone live. Planet Fitness Studios, longtime partner here of Woodward Sports, and a great workout environment, a great gym system. And when you have the black card option, which is, by the way, is just $24.99 a month, there's a gym, I can see the top of it from here. It is decidedly not $24.99 a month. It's the best value out there in American consumerism. That and unlimited coffee subscriptions. Planet Fitness is right up there with them. But guys, the gyms are clean. The equipment, they're rolling in new equipment right now. I didn't even think they needed it, but there they are, rolling in the new equipment. The facilities are clean. Everything is great at Planet Fitness. I'll never not be a member at Planet Fitness. I've accomplished all my fitness goals with the aid of Planet Fitness, and you can too, but you got to take that first step. PlanetFitness.com, or just pull in the parking lot. You're going to pass more than 2 on your way home. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Oh, boy. What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. That is not disputable, everyone. They have been for 6 years in a row. They're the nation's #1 EV dealer. They got great lease deals for you on a 2025 Silverado crew cab, the Equinox front-wheel drive if you want that SUV as well. You can even start looking at the inventory on the QR code right above my head. You can do it right there, and then you can get in the game with the very best Chevrolet dealership I've ever dealt with. I'll say that for sure. And the people there are great. So, again, scan the QR code on the screen. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. All right, Woodward Sports chat thread. Neil Rule stick, by the way, in for DMAC. DMAC is out this week. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, you can use the super chat to skip the line like Dexter James did.
Shout out.
Anyone go back to watch Lions games from last season just to relive good football, or are you guys normal? I have not. Yeah. You have?
I can't because I know how it ends. I know how it ends.
Spenny's right. I do. Like, when I see him pop up on the NFL Network, I'm like, hell yeah, Lions games.
You watching all the Jared Goff highlights, I know.
Breaking Tigers news. Cody Stavenhagen from The Athletic. The Tigers have scratched Jake Rogers with left oblique tightness.
No, not the rake.
So this will be the first start in over a year that Scooble doesn't have Jake Rogers catch.
Correct.
Well, Dingler,
don't underestimate a good catcher, man.
But
the way
Dingler
they call games, the way they know rhythm, the way they study batters, catchers are the key.
Yeah, Dingler provides more offensive upside though, so I like that.
Are we doing rest in peace today?
Yeah,
ended a show.
We didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have yours.
Well, it's the same one from last week, but now I got proof. Now I got the numbers. KG, what you gonna say?
God. The common denominator: Angel Reese wasn't Paige Bucher's competition. That's the common denominator.
Angel Reese. Where's that?
Okay, all right.
Hold on. I'm not even gonna do it. He's gonna dig in the trash for an Angel Reese bag.
That's crazy.
McDonald's. They got these Angel Reese bags.
Why do you hate her so
They
much?
just won't go in the basket.
Why do you
She's
hate her
a
so much?
leech and a horrible basketball player that would have zero relevance
not
if it wasn't for
She's
Caitlin
not
Clark.
horrible.
She's not
and I
horrible.
got to hear about this stupid-ass race battle between her and Caitlin Clark. All that girl
The
does
media
is
did
divide
that.
everything.
They didn't do that. The media did that.
What do you mean the media didn't do that?
Neil.
They lean the hell into that. Listen, anytime
Did the
it's
media
black
not
versus
create-
white, that's what.
KG, it didn't hurt things.
You don't think
didn't
they
hurt.
leaned into it? Here's how much they leaned into it. Last year, the women's NCAA basketball tournament, 19 million viewers for Caitlin Clark. 19 million
To watch
for
her
Caitlin
lose.
Clark. That's fine. She lost. That's great. Cool.
True.
This year, how far you think they fell, KG?
Probably a lot.
How far?
We'll say 12 million.
12 million. Okay. Anybody else want to guess?
I already read the story, so I know.
6 million?
2. Is it worse?
No, it's 8. So they went down over 10 million, over 50. They lost over 50% of their viewers to what I was told was the sport that's here now. Caitlin Clark saved the sport. So, like, and I love Dave Portnoy's tweet about this. Goes back to the race thing. Portnoy, I'm going to need all the race baiters who explain Caitlin Clark's popularity simply because she's white. Why 10 million more people watched last year than Paige Buckers, who's also white, this year. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, but once again, that first comment in there,
There was
Angel
no
Reese,
there was no villain this year.
Exactly. Angel Reese is the common denominator.
Yeah.
She helped popularize that girl, whether
There
you
was
want to
no
admit it or
villain.
not.
Help
Caitlin Clark was great, but she needed a story. She needed a
She
story.
was the story.
No, but in order
you're
for people
taking
to
the
actually
subplot
care-
and saying that they needed
Okay,
that. No. Caitlin Clark was the story, and you see it in the WNBA. Everywhere they go, everywhere Caitlin Clark goes, they sell out. Everywhere Angel Reese goes, they don't. They even
That's
have
fine.
Caitlin Clark billboards in Chicago over Angel Reese. So don't
Yes.
tell me she's a villain. She ain't even on
But she
par.
helped
She ain't
popularize the
even
girl.
close.
You can't take that away from her. That's all I'm saying. And just why do you hate her so much? Like you actually, you went in the trap for Angel Reese
like I
bag.
explained last week. I hate when people tell me what I have to like.
Who told you to like Angel Reese?
Everybody. Oh, God. Well,
To
you're
like
telling
Angel
me
Reese?
without her, Caitlin Clark wouldn't exist. What?
I didn't say
What?
that. But people have said that the other way, too. Without Angel Reese, without Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese wouldn't
That's
exist.
true.
And
That's
it's
a
not.
million
No,
percent
it's
true.
not. No, it's
That
not.
is if she didn't have her rivalry with Caitlin Clark, who the
She
hell
would still
she
be in the WNBA. She'd still be
right,
doing
clanging
what
it off
she's
the bottom of the rim.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
who cares?
You
Nobody
overplaying
cared.
that, but it's fine. Go ahead, Neil.
Anyway,
You can't. Ain't no winning this
less
battle.
than half.
Mike G, I think Angel Reese is hotter.
Yep, absolutely. Not even a question.
That's
of fucking
great.
about that.
How do they play basketball, though?
Angel Reese is pretty damn good.
Not gonna
Angel,
lie.
and give me Angel Reese without
Caitlin
all
Clark
the
is
done-up,
generational,
and she ain't
but-
hot. You've seen her without the fake eyelashes and all that crap.
I mean,
So you hate black women? Confirmed.
I love black women. But
Angel
she's
Reese.
riding off a white woman's coattails, KG. How you feel about that?
Oh, it's about fucking time. That's how I feel about that. Just saying.
They figured out a
Don't
path.
get me started here.
Figured out a
You know the
path.
chat don't want to hear that. Don't get me started.
You know what's funny? Like Joe says, that's why no one watches it. Jack Harrington. Oh my God, who the hell cares? Chat's going electric right now.
Yeah.
What I tell the
Electric.
social team? The only people we cover in the WNBA is Angel Reese's dumbass and Caitlin Clark. That's it, because that's the only thing people care about.
It,
And it's
Look-
not because of her
look at the-
basketball
look at the
play.
chat.
I'd rather watch Cameron Brink than either of them personally.
I don't even know who that is.
Dude, she's hot.
Yeah, that's Spinny's girl.
she tore ACL, right?
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
Didn't Juju Smith-Schuster get out of this one too?
Juju Watkins.
Juju Watkins.
Whatever.
She's also
Once
extremely-
again, disrespected the female sister athlete, but it's cool.
I said I didn't know who the first one was too. And she's white, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know who any of them are, KG. I'm equal
Okay,
opportunity
all right,
hater.
fair.
Juju Watkins is fine.
I'm an equal opportunity hater.
I don't care about any of them.
Fair.
Good time to tell me they're next.
Skylar Diggins is fine. She's
You-
not
Oh
fine.
man, what?
You guys want to do rest in peace real quick?
Sure,
Smash
I
or pass,
guess.
Lisa Leslie.
Today, back then, not so much. But with today's makeup, absolutely.
Spencer Raxter, who you put in the coffin? KG, get out. Let's go. Come on, man.
I don't know. Who am I putting in the coffin? What has happened recently? Oh, I'm going to put the Yankees' hopes of winning a World Series in the coffin. Because it's not
Hey.
going to happen.
It's not happening.
They're not even going to make the World Series.
Yeah.
Their pitching staff is horrendous. The torpedo bats were cool for the first week. It's not going to happen. You need a good pitching staff to win in the playoffs unless you have 4 MVPs in your lineup. And the Yankees losing Juan Soto is the reason they're not going to win because they don't have the guns.
Yeah,
go.
and they don't
to
have the pitching already.
They already don't have the pitching, and losing Juan Soto means you don't have the guns to go bar for bar with somebody either.
Spenny, is the American League kind of mid?
It is extremely well. I mean, no.
Because the Orioles
The
took
Dodgers are cracked, and then the rest of the league is the rest of the league.
Well, I mean, the Mets are pretty good, right?
But I'm not going to say the Mets or the Philly or any
Padres
of those
are good.
teams.
They
The
not
Padres,
compete with the
they're
Dodgers.
not that much better than the Orioles or what the Rangers are looking like. They're not that much better than those teams. It's just the Dodgers reign over everybody because they have a legitimate super team.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's just the American League, like, it just doesn't feel like it's very good this year. And I don't know if that's, like, being a hater, but I'm with you.
I
like
think
the
it's
Yankees.
just we look at the American League this year and we're like, nobody's going to beat the Dodgers. And so that's why the American League seems worse, but you could say the same thing about the National League. Like, none of those teams are going to beat the Dodgers, especially if their pitching staff gets healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. People think the Padres and the Phillies are the two teams that have a chance to take down the Dodgers.
yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, but
that's
they
a
do.
fact.
They do.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Yeah.
Like, if you take a look at it, they do,
Let's
for
not
sure.
throw the Tigers out of that equation.
Come on.
They played them. They played them well. I mean, they
like
lost,
the-
but they
yeah.
played them well. Those games with a couple bounces or a crucial hit here and there, they could win those games.
Chase, who are you putting in the coffin, man?
R.I.P. Dennis the Menace. The original actor, Jay North, I believe is his name.
Oh, legitimate RIP.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
It was,
Right.
it was like legit.
Leave it to Chase to bring a real RIP to RIP.
Really?
I did this on February 18th.
Grandpa. I miss you.
I did this on Dale Earnhardt's stand death anniversary. That brought it back to the real world. Yeah, I mean,
That's fair.
yeah. R.I.P. the little mischievous rascal. Hope you're raised in hell in heaven, man. You know, raise hell, praise Dale.
Okay, fair enough. KG, who you putting in the coffin?
RIP to Sticks, Angel Reese hate. That's only because I ain't got nothing else, so that's fine.
Ain't gonna happen. The hater, as long as y'all tell me she's relevant.
Stick, who you putting in the coffin?
Oh God, so many people. Neil Rule.
We got to narrow it down to one.
Yeah,
He
no,
is
I mean
waiting.
that was gonna be my big one.
I know it was.
Let's go to you.
All right.
I gave mine.
Rest in peace to the Red Wings playoff hope.
Oh!
Tonight will be the eulogy, the funeral.
Boo.
Sorry,
Boo.
I didn't
Not
make it
over.
this way.
It's not over.
Boo.
They have to win in regulation.
Fat lady's not singing yet, Neil.
Finger on the trigger, Neil.
Boo.
I'll do it, Pa.
Like actually holding the gun, finger on the trigger. You ready to go?
I am.
Okay.
I am. And tonight will be
Tonight you. Pow!
Boo, Andy
put
Testenberger.
put Junior to bed tonight.
You're right. Big musket.
Turn some music on in his room, so when he hears that loud bang, he won't really hear. Sorry.
I'm hoping that the
Sorry.
Red Wings get a Deion Sanders to you, Neil. Do you believe? I'm hoping.
Okay.
I got Rest in
Neil
peace.
don't want to shoot the Red Wings. He
Boo,
don't.
Neil.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like
See, look at him.
no, don't get me wrong. Like I'm on board. Like with Steve Eis, no one's more on board with Steve Eisman than I am.
Boo,
I
Andy
like where they
Testenberger.
are.
Boo.
Them being 4 points better doesn't turn around how I feel about the organization and how it's constructed.
Boo.
So it is. Jack Harrington, it's not over, Neil. Okay.
Rest
Boo,
in
Neil,
peace. Any conservation act to save an endangered animal.
Okay.
No longer need them. They brought back dire wolves.
That is true.
Things that haven't been around for 2,000 years.
Yeah,
So you know what?
they
Rest
playing.
in peace to any save the whales, save this. It doesn't matter.
You
Let
just
them
make 'em
die
now.
off. We'll bring them back.
Boo.
That's what we do now.
Boo,
How-
genetic engineering. Boo.
Say like you bring back like a dodo bird, it has no way to survive. It's just gonna go extinct again. You're literally just bringing it
Then
back.
we bring it back again.
It's
That's
like-
the beauty of this game,
but
Chase.
it's like baking cookies. It's like, yeah, they're gonna last as long until you eat them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they don't care.
Boo,
But here we go,
guys that
Spenny.
haven't watched
Spenny, we can
Jurassic
tie it all
Park.
together.
Boo.
Bring back all the endangered species and make them fight in the Coliseum.
That would be cool. Don't boo
Woolly
that.
mammoth versus
Yeah,
a
fucking
saber or
saber-tooth
whatever. It's
tiger.
not live anymore.
Boo, boo.
Put it on pay-per-view?
Scientists that don't watch
Dude,
Jurassic Park.
You want to
Boo.
see dire wolves versus elephants? Let's go.
I also
you
like RIP to a quarter of the population once the wolf flu comes out because they just awoken some dormant gene that gives a
Wuhan
flesh-eating
wolf flu.
virus that's going to spread across the country. Boo,
Yeah.
boo, genetic engineering.
that
Did
shit
you
gonna
see
get
Jurassic
mismanaged.
Park tweeted out? They
yeah,
quoted
yeah.
the tweet.
Like,
and they
did
were
we
like,
not learn anything?
they said, yeah, nothing can go wrong here.
History
Yeah,
repeats
exactly.
itself. You know.
Crazy. Stick, do we have a HOA update? Every time you're on the desk, I'll be expecting an
That
HOA
is
update.
true.
I know we ain't got time.
Ooh,
Turns out the old HOA guy that was in charge
Oh
of
boy,
everything. Yeah,
I love it when something starts with "turns out."
Yeah, oh yeah. You know
Listen,
it's fired.
Little did we know.
Right.
the neighborhood Doge team has been doing some digging.
There you go.
And we found out that the guy that was in charge for like 20 some odd years never paid an HOA fee.
Damn.
So here's the conundrum. Do we back charge
Back
him
tax
almost
the fuck out of
$20,000?
him. Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Back tax the
He
shit out of
kept,
him.
his thing was, I was donating my time, so blah blah blah.
Well, then you're not donating it,
right. Thank you,
and you're not an employee. There was no paperwork, no contract signed.
You nominated yourself for a voluntary position, and you thought that gave you a credit for your HOA.
Yeah.
For 25 years.
That's
your
crazy.
eyes.
Boo, HOA.
I
Stupid.
heard he used money from the HOA to give to his son to buy him a Cadillac.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't that. He
That's from
it's
Seinfeld.
close, similar. We'll get into that another day. But yeah, we are digging and we are finding things. But here's the spot we're in, right?
Don't find the CP next.
As an HOA,
Ooh.
do we want to just go after this guy and
Yes.
make him
Yes.
do all that, or
Yes.
do we want to just move on?
Iron
with
Fist,
the new,
set a tone.
But he's moving. He's planning on moving. Him
Do
and
it
like
anyways.
4 people
Until
are
he
planning on
moves,
moving
harass
out
him.
of the sub
Slap
now.
that lean on it.
Yeah, until he moves.
I think we should until he can provide proof. Because here's the other deal: they made everybody pay in check. They never updated to like
Cards.
What?
card. Part of it was because they said that people who paid with check would be late, so they could charge them more late fees. That was part of the racket. Then that late fee went into a slush fund that didn't have to be accredited for on anything because it was
God.
additional money outside the HOA.
Damn,
Like,
I kind
I'm
of
telling
appreciate this guy's hustle.
Yeah,
man.
that's just smart economics.
He like
Like,
Kwame. He don't like Kwame.
Boo, embezzling money.
like,
Yeah.
HOAs are
money-
a scam. Like,
embezzling
you're
money is
getting
bad.
They're not a
surprised.
scam.
They
If
are.
they're
Like,
done right,
No.
they're not a scam. If
I'm
they're
on-
done right.
I'm on
and
our
I
board,
promise
like,
you, the
it is
new
not a scam.
HOA in my neighborhood is not a scam. We are going to improve the neighborhood.
promise.
We're going to raise property values. We're going to give community events. It's going to be a much better area.
Yeah,
to
I'm
live.
on the board on mine too. Like
Ooh,
it's not a
Crableaders.
scam, dude. Like the lawn doesn't mow itself. That snow doesn't remove itself. Those trees don't cut themselves.
That's what
Those
the
Christmas lights
homeowner's
don't pop up
responsible
of
for.
themselves.
That's what the homeowner was responsible
Not in the
for.
common areas though.
Oh.
You know.
I mean, I don't live in a common, like, that's, I guess that's something I
Well,
don't deal
and
with.
It's out of
we're,
your tax bracket,
yeah, like
Chase.
we're a half gated
Shut
community
your
now.
mouth.
Hey, I would rather own my own property and
Those
not have any
fountains in the
neighbors.
ponds
Fucking
when they go down, you know, someone's got to take a boat out there and fix them.
Yeah, I don't need that on
They
me.
don't work for free.
I don't
We got some more
Fucking
Tigers news, by the
crazy.
way.
Huh?
Taking a boat out to the middle of a pond or a place, a fountain, that I don't even know. You guys talk a different language. Boo the upper class. Boo.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Right?
Take that
Breaking Tigers news: Jake Rogers is going on the 10-day IL.
Damn.
Tomas Nido is up from AAA.
What is-
Wincio Perez is going on the 60-day IL to make room for Nido on the 40-man roster.
These injuries, though.
Boo, injuries in Detroit sports.
In the chat, Tim Polkus, the Javi bashing every day has driven me away. I'll see you in football season. Well, Tim,
must be watching
see you
the-
later.
yeah. Well, Tim, I would say the 263 OPS that Javi Baez has as a Tiger has kind of driven me to be negative towards
Javi
him.
is above league average this year.
That's funny. I look at the numbers. A 348 slugging percentage since he's been here. Wow, that's really good. 263.
Boo, Javi hate. Boo.
263 on base percentage.
We working on it. We gonna make a Javi fan out of Neil yet. We working on it.
Mr. Leahy in the Woodward Sports Chat said, my pond fountain's not working. Get out there and fix it.
That's a real problem.
It takes a specialized person to
I
do
just got to
that.
screw in a sprinkler and put it in the middle of my lawn.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's about it for
Yeah,
today.
we've done
Would
all
you
the
agree?
damage we could do,
I would
yes.
agree. Stick, appreciate you stepping up out of
Defund
the
the
bullpen.
HOA.
Always have fun running with you guys.
Defund the HOAs. That's a movement. KG,
No,
Chase.
the HO. Listen,
Hey,
man.
if
like-
I was on the board, I wouldn't think it was bad either, but, I mean...
No, listen, there's a subdivision right before our subdivision, and all their streets are maintained by the county, and their streets have potholes that are just absolutely insane. In our HOA, where we pay for our own road and stuff, it's beautiful. It's nice blacktop. So there are benefits if it's done right. And like one of the things we're talking about doing, I'll get into that.
Yeah, but I mean...
We're
you
gonna
don't-
gate the whole community.
Yeah,
again.
no.
The way I look at it is, like, I'd rather just have my own property, and then I just take care of the property. I don't have to deal with neighbors.
Yeah, but then you got to rely on your neighbors to do the same.
Don-
and that's where it gets.
No, you just
Dante
get enough land where you don't have
151.
neighbors.
Dante 151 in the super chat. Bellinger out Tuesday after quote eating bad wings. So there's
Bubble
that.
guts,
There's
man.
that
It's
as
a real
well.
thing.
Shout out.
Well, see you later.
Well.